the fuck up.
Bro. Hey, I understand, bro. I understand more than anybody else, man. I understand more than anybody else. I understand, bro. Um, I'm gonna let people know we're live for real though, and they can hear us. So gibbity gib 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 gib,
Wait,
you're lagging.
Xbox? Sorry, not Xbox. What, Twitch or YouTube?
YouTube. This is a discussion we have to have. This is definitely gonna be on YouTube. Um, I just want to hear everybody's thought because because they're home, if their parents are still paying the electric bill and internet bill, um, who gives a fuck about Ashley Tis? Oh fuck! I downloaded TikTok on my fucking phone. Um, yeah, they're gonna be home, and because they're home, we might come into contact with a few PC fans, right? They might not think it's good that we're still talking about how exclusives are good. Man, exclusives push the fucking envelope, man. They're needed. They're needed more now than ever before, bro. Especially going into a new generation. You're gonna have timed exclusives and launch exclusives. These things have to happen. Um,
Stupid.
yeah, I can't understand it. It's just a fucking campaign. I mean, look, I do know that some people really like the campaign, but from what I gather, more people like the multiplayer compared to the
That's the
campaign.
thing. That's the whole problem about it. They're clamoring for the fucking multiplayer, not the campaign. And the funny thing is, don't sound like that in a different light because they're all saying, "Oh, but I wanted the single player," but you said you didn't want the fucking single player. Sorry, you did. Sorry, they wanted the multiplayer single player in Spec Ops mode, should I say? And then they're like, "Oh, but I want a single player," and it's like, look. And then it's also a sense of, "Oh, I don't care. I can play on my PC,
Or
which
I
is the
can do
better version
backwards
that we've
compatibility.
got."
Yeah, it's
Or backwards
crazy.
compatibility. First of all, both backwards compatibility version on the Xbox and the PC version are worse versions than this. There's not a remaster. This is reimagined with their previous engine of
What's going
IW.
on, David? How you doing?
Ages ago, bro.
Daz Mezzi? What's
That's
going
what I
on?
mean.
How you doing, buddy? I'm gonna just call you Daz if that's all
And
right with you.
this is using the IW engine from 2 years ago.
Yeah, look, it's funny that Xbox fans are bitching at all. They had the lead platform last gen. Games played and sometimes looked better most of the time on their platform. They also got the favorite. They were the favorite, so that means that they got games the PlayStation didn't get. I remember when BioShock was exclusive to the 360 before it came over, and I think we all remember Mass Effect, right? It took the whole generation for Part One to even get ported over in
Oh
a
yeah.
collection. So
Um,
yeah, it's like I'm telling you, bro. I lived all through last gen. I could tell you these motherfuckers are hypocrites. Okay, hopefully you can hear my voice. They're hypocrites. They make fun of Sony fans for liking one
oh,
and done games, and now they're crying for the campaign. Yeah,
oh.
exactly, bro. Call of Duty probably has one of the quickest campaigns out there.
Dude, it's like an 8 hour campaign, bro. Like I'm already on the fourth level of the campaign.
Oh man, you really should take some
Like,
pictures, man, just to piss people off.
dude, I'm not gonna lie, man. I mean, it's not using the IW engine that they used in the Modern Warfare of 2019, but like, it's still pretty fucking nice to have this, an updated version of it. I ain't gonna lie. I wish there was a multiplayer and a fucking Spec Ops mode, but I'm not complaining because, hey, man, like. I like the story of these games, man. I like the multiplayer as well, but
The original
campaign's
PlayStation
really fucking
1
good.
came out in October.
Fucking, these were some of the best fucking COD campaigns that you could play. Before they got shit. Well, actually, the new Modern Warfare campaign was actually really good. I ain't gonna lie. That campaign
Yeah, that was
I
I
wasn't
heard a
about
lot of people say the campaign was good, multiplayer was good. I mean, now you got the free to play dominating shit. I think they hit something with this new Modern
Yeah,
Warfare.
the multiplayer. I'm not gonna lie. The multiplayer, it could be a bit more. What's the word?
You mean
Smoothed
a bit
out.
less campy?
A little bit less campy, yeah, a bit smoothed out, but like it is a like I mean we don't know the best of this, man. Like it's a good multiplayer, but the thing is the maps kind of dictate the way the play styles goes that, and I'm not gonna lie, some of the the maps that they create for that game, specifically not the old maps, are very fucking campy. And there are a few other things like equipment, like some equipment should be in the game. Like, they shouldn't have these
The
field
doors,
upgrades.
that shit's so
The
annoying.
doors.
I think the doors contribute to like 90% fucking.
Yeah, the doors.
McNeil, cut that out. That's disrespectful.
I mean, the thing with the doors, man. Like, I wish they had the.
Have feelings just like you, bro.
I will say
The
this
fact
though,
that I have
McNeil,
to
man.
take my toe and shove it through a door.
I will say this though, McNeil, right? What they should do with the doors is allow explosives to blow them off the hinges. So if the explosives hit those doors, they're no longer there.
Well,
take them out.
See, the thing with that game is, don't get me wrong, like it's a great looking game, like it is aesthetically pleasing, but like there are some things when they put them in games and they're trying to make them like really realistic, like when you go into a room and your eyes fucking.
DLC was exclusive to 360 and nobody bitched about that. You know,
like when your eyes adjust from black to white, or not black to white, from light to dark.
Oh yeah.
Don't get me wrong, like I see why they do that, and it's cool that they do that. You know, they're thinking about that kind of stuff. But man, that shit doesn't work on a Call of Duty game. It's not a good experience. Like you walk into a room and it's pitch black in that room, and someone's just sitting there.
You mean light exposure and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Well, again,
it's hard. Like there's just some things that work, and there's some things that really just don't work.
Yeah, I mean, the thing with COD multiplayer games, man, like they tend to like stick out like a sore thumb sort of thing to make it like again the gameplay aspects more easier in the sense like you don't have to like squint your eyes or anything like that. You know what I mean? Like you play it.
Yeah.
You know, I can understand that. I do agree with that, man. Yeah.
Like that should just be a thing, man.
Yes, mate, man. Like, yeah, the field of view, man. Like, hey, listen, if Battlefield can do it, like that being the main prospect, because again, Battlefield, the engine is a little bit more better than previous COD games, but obviously this COD game is kind of along the same similar lines. Like, they should be able to do that with COD games ages ago, and is that saying?
9 times out of 10 when I die on that game, my line of sight is visually obscured by the effects on the game. Like, the visual effects on the game will obscure you from actually being able to see.
True. Very true, man. I mean, I think a lot of things that they learned from the Modern Warfare 2019, I feel like they're gonna implement it in Modern Warfare 2. Like, you know, like.
Now, like BO4, man, you could see people in BO4. You could see people from mad far back in BO4. Their name tags popped up. You know, it was very colorful. Colors popped. Characters didn't all look the same.
Yeah. True. So again, these are all the little things that they can learn from. You see, like I mean, I can't see.
It's just a lot of stuff that some stuff works and some stuff doesn't work.
Yeah, some of the things they can easily rub that shit out. You see, like learn that shit. So the field upgrade.
Battle Royale is actually fun. That Battle Royale is actually pretty fun.
Oh yeah,
I feel like
especially if you're playing with other people. Yeah, that shit's a lot of fun.
I think what they will do is McNeil, the new game, the next game. I think they're gonna like the field upgrade is gonna be a thing. I think they're going to remove field upgrades in the next game. I think they're going to probably dim down on the attachment aspects because there were so many attachments in that game that no one fucking uses.
How you doing, man?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's so many attachments, bro. Like it's overwhelming, bro.
I don't know what's wrong with the echo. It might be on my part, but it probably is not because I have the pop filter. So somebody has an echo. I don't know who it is.
I mean, let me have a look, Jay. Have I got you? Yeah, I've got your thing muted, so it can't be me.
Look at my own foot. Can somebody say?
Yeah, I think they'll learn from their mistakes and McNeil from their 2019 game.
Okay, it might be. I think it's me. I'm just gonna cut it. I'm gonna cut my mic down just a tad bit and cut my volume down a tad bit. So
I ain't gonna lie to McNeil. I'm playing Modern Warfare, man. Like the remaster, bro. Like this shit.
Oh, Modern Warfare 2?
Yeah, bro. Like it's just a nice throwback to play this game, man.
I think it should be good on my end. I don't think anybody else has an echo, but keep me updated if you guys still hear echo and if it's bad. Keep me updated. Don't be afraid to be updated on if my foot is longer than my neck.
I could bet money they will not release the multiplayer for Modern Warfare 2.
Dude,
hold on. How much money you want?
They've already come out and said, man, they don't plan to launch a They don't plan to launch launch the multiplayer because again they don't want to split the fan base right now. Because the thing is, they do it. You've got people playing Modern Warfare 2, right?
Now you have people like me who would never play Modern Warfare again.
If they release Modern Warfare 2, right? If they release Modern Warfare 2 in its entirety, right? How many people do you think are going to be playing Modern Warfare 2019 or even Warzone?
No one. There'll be no one playing it.
Exactly. And then don't forget the new COD game that comes out later on this year.
Yeah, the game will be completely dead.
Uh-huh.
Because I remember when Modern Warfare Remastered came out and Infinite Warfare was out, I was like, man, I'm not touching that game. I'm not touching Infinite Warfare.
Somebody else got hit with the Mario copyright by Nintendo and they're pissed off. They're in the Dreams.
Oh, man.
They're in the Dreams Facebook community. It's like,
look, it's getting ridiculous, isn't it?
I'm going to be honest. We should have figured that they were going to announce some sort of remaster when they coming after this shit this much, bro. They were like, no. You guys are going to play Mario on our system. They're taking off creations, though, that are pretty fucking old. They haven't messed with any of the ones that were recently created with those same exact character models. So, you know, they're only taking away shit that they know of that got fame or whatever. I don't know. But it's pretty petty.
A lot of people like Nintendo, but they know, yeah. They know what Nintendo's capable of.
Exactly.
When they start throwing out like copyright strikes and shit and claiming shit and telling people you can't use their stuff, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, hey, we want to sell our own shit. We don't want you to think that you can't buy our shit to get your fix somewhere else. But let's be 100% honest. You can, bro. You can emulate that shit. You can download that shit for your PC. You can play that shit on your phone and tablets and, you know, anywhere. Like I said, I've recreated Mario or played recreations of Mario multiple fucking times. And it is really nothing Nintendo could do. Like, look, I get a little bit of a fix, a little bit of nostalgia for a couple minutes, maybe 30, 15 minutes. And then I'm off and I'm like, okay, that's all I needed. And it's kind of fucked up that Nintendo has now caught on to that and understands that, you know, we need you to get your fix here because we have a game to sell. But, you know, they have touched Zelda. They haven't touched Donkey Kong, Kirby. They haven't touched what's that other one? Metroid. Yeah, all the Metroid creations are still there. They only seem to touch Mario and Zelda. Of course, that's their biggest franchises. But back to the subject at hand, exclusives, guys. Ali, QW8, what's going on? Um, Guys, tell me your experience. I normally don't do this, but we're doing live chat, so I can see you guys and you can hear me. Um, Give me your experience on exclusives. How old were you when you noticed that you couldn't play a certain game on your platform, and that you understood that it was an exclusive? And also tell me, how do you feel when you knew the game was exclusive? Were you frustrated, or were you carefree and you knew what you had to do in order to play that game? Me, at the time when I left Nintendo for PlayStation, I didn't feel like playing Nintendo games until at least 10 years after that. And then games like Little Big Planet were already out. Mod Nation Racers was about to come out, and I had an itch for Nintendo games, and those games were there to scratch that itch. Now, I've been gaming for over 20 years now. Dreams finally comes out at the end of the generation for the PS4, and I'm able to play three-dimensional Mario creations and levels, and it's just fucking amazing. So I scratched the itch. I don't really need to buy a Nintendo system. There are games like Smash Brothers that can't be replicated. There are games like Zelda that can't be replicated. Um, but again, it doesn't warrant the purchase of $300 console, which is also a handheld, to pay full price for those games I just named. Because, see, the one thing about Nintendo is they don't believe in lowering the price of their games that have been out for over 2 or 3 years. They will keep that shit at top price. So you're talking about over $400 something to get the experience I want from the Nintendo Switch, and that is including the games I want. Um, so that's pretty fucked up. Yeah, that is pretty fucked up. That's over the price of modern day consoles. Even if you were to add games, the Switch is still more expensive than the modern day console, the PS4 and Xbox One. It's fucked up. Okay, so Dez is going first. He says, I need to close this out real quick so I can read this shit. Okay, there we go, buddy. Back in the day when I had a Nintendo and I wanted to play Alex Kidd Miracle World, I went and got a Master System, and I didn't have any problems doing that. Exactly. You know, I will say that I was fortunate enough to be in a home that had two systems, so I never really, was saying, why can't I do that? Now, being a curious kid, I was like, this one has a cartridge, this one has a CD. There's no way to do what I now know to be cross-platform gaming. So I understood that. I didn't care that Mario wasn't on PlayStation, and I didn't care that I couldn't play SmackDown 2 on the 64 because I had No Mercy on the 64 as well. I knew there was differences in the quality of the games and graphics, and I actually, once I got a memory card eventually for the PS1, I just started to keep playing more. The SmackDown 2, because it just was a better game than No Mercy to me at that time. I had already worn No Mercy out. I played the fuck out of that game. I had just beat the fuck out of fucking Smash Brothers. I played that shit rigorously. Obviously, I took that game or the controller on the road to play Smash Brothers at other friends' house and shit like that, or waited for more family members to come over to hook up multiple controllers and have more fun. But again, I never won it for anything. I did miss out on Sega. It was PlayStation and Nintendo in my house, and I did miss out on Sega. Later on when I got older, and this was after Sega had left the console race, I did get a Dreamcast, and I did enjoy games like Sonic Adventure and shit like that. Although I ended up buying that game again for the GameCube and completing it, it still was a great system. Dreamcast was ahead of its time. It was a great system. But yeah. I don't know if the messages are being moderated. I don't know if I have a moderator today. I don't know where Jamar Bates is or Frostbite. I don't know. But they should be in there soon, or maybe Sam will be in here soon. We haven't heard him, saw him today, but if need be, I moderate myself. Let me see. I'd rather give money to charity than buying into Nintendo. Look, I feel the same fucking way. And look, I tell people all the time, I grew up with Nintendo. But the shit that they are doing, look, I would have been a half and half channel last gen if Nintendo wasn't copyrighting everybody that posted gameplay from the games that they brought from them. Like, how fucked up is that? You buy a Nintendo game, you want to share your experience with other gamers on YouTube, and you can't do that without Nintendo copyrighting your gameplay. You know, that's fucked up. Why do you think I stuck with PlayStation since last gen and this gen? Yeah, Nintendo had Smash Brothers. Did I want to return because of that? Fuck yes. They had Zelda. Did I want to return because of that? Yes. Mario Galaxy. Did I want to return because of that? Yes. But I didn't. Because the type of gamer that I am now and the experiences that I like to share with other gamers, Nintendo restricted me from doing that. And because of that, I could not support them anymore. Sony seems to don't have any fucking problem at all allowing gamers like ourselves to post gameplay as much as we want because they understand that it is free advertisement. Nintendo is just on a I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with Nintendo, but they need to straighten their shit up. Now, I've heard that
They
they've got
stick up
rid of
their
that,
ass. Well,
but I still don't believe it. Because I've gotten copyrighted by Nintendo multiple times. And yes, I don't have a Nintendo Switch, and no, the games are not specifically Nintendo, but they are very strict when it comes to copywriting. So I
it's
don't
because they've got
see
to stick up their ass is what they've got, man.
exactly, and I need that stick to come out of their ass. We need that to
People
happen.
talk about how PlayStation live in their old ways that they should put their exclusives on other platforms. Yet Nintendo are doing the exact same thing, but in different aspects.
Exactly.
They live in their old ways as well. Because again, they can see it as it. The reason why they're not changing up is because it's working. There's nothing you should be, you shouldn't be having to change shit like that. You don't have to. That's the thing about it. Like, why change something?
Why change? And that's what we go back to the main topic. Why change? Exclusives have always been there. Xbox still has some sort of exclusivity on the games that they've created within their first party studios, and that will be games that are also on PC but Xbox but won't be on Switch and won't be on PlayStation. So again, even though they do have it on one additional platform, they still believe in exclusivity to some degree. They're up here trying to play the victim, like they want to usher in this new age of games being on all platforms, but they're not honestly making that step. You know what I'm saying? It's like they put their pinky in the water to see how it feels, but they won't put their whole hand in there. You know? So fuck Microsoft and fuck Nintendo. There's reasons why I don't like both of them, and they're very valid reasons. Once I explain that shit to you guys, you understand. I have so much respect for Nintendo, though, for, me growing up and them being there for me, house console as well as a handheld, but how cruddy they are, how petty they are, it's just fucking crazy, man. It's just really, really crazy. They call it Crazy Pack. That's what they call it. Let's go see how the capture looks. I'm gonna swap it over to Neo. I got some skills to learn. Again, I believe Neo could easily be done on the Switch 1 and 2. It's probably a matter of time before they end up putting these games over here. I think a good majority of PlayStation exclusives that are made by third and second party will definitely go to the Switch before going to the Xbox, and go to the PC before they end up going to the Switch. I've saw it happen. There's been a lot of under the radar Japanese RPGs that have been going to the PC, and then those games in turn end up on the Switch later on. Prime example: Legend of Heroes 2, 1 and 2 are on the PC. 3 is on PC as well as Switch and the PS4. They announced Part 4 today, and it wasn't April Fool's, but it's coming to the PS4 this fall, but it's not coming to the PC and the Switch until next year. Because I think the creator doesn't want it on other platforms outside of PlayStation, so they have to publish it to somebody else to put it on those additional platforms. Look, that part of the exclusivity sometimes I don't really understand. When you've already put your previous games on multiple platforms, I don't see a reason to keep a game exclusive for less than a fucking year. Call of Duty, I don't understand it, but it's funny as shit to me. It's like to see people bitch and cry about not being able to play the game for 30 days, like their life is ending. And look, I know the coronavirus is very, very serious, and your life might end in the next 30 days. But I'm pretty sure there are other things you want to do or other games you would rather play than a remastered Call of Duty, due to the fact that everybody has Call of Duty for free in their house. You can play the Battle Royale as much as fuck you want. You really only like Call of Duty for multiplayer. No one can sit up here and say, I just buy Call of Duty for campaign. I never touch the multiplayer. Because that's a bold-faced fucking lie, you know? So you're bitching and crying about not being able to play the campaign for 30 days, a campaign that should take you anywhere between 7 and 8 hours to complete, and then you're fucking done. It's a $20 game, by the way. It's a full-on remaster. It does not include the multiplayer. So, I mean, people that are bitching and crying saying it's not fair, I tell you to look at this game called Tomb Raider and tell me how long was that game exclusive to Xbox, knowing that the game started on PlayStation and got its popularity because of PlayStation. Microsoft went out their way to secure timed exclusive contracts for each and every one of the new Tomb Raider games, and they knew how bad it was going to hurt the PlayStation fans, again, that supported that game from day one on the PlayStation 1. And they did it anyway. And they did it with, I believe, every single Tomb Raider game. Then they continue to do it with Dead Rising. We still haven't gotten Dead Rising 3, but we got Dead Rising 1 and 2, and we got Dead Rising 4. You know? So, hey, all I'm going to say, man, Xbox has done it a lot. If you really want to go to like the recent times, well, they had PUBG exclusively for a whole year. They had Ark Survival exclusively for the Xbox for a whole year. They're doing the same thing with Phantasy Star. They're doing that shit exclusive for the whole year this year, and it'll end up going to PlayStation next year. I think there's some other Japanese RPG MMO by Namco Bandai. They did a beta test in December. That game's only going to be on Xbox, and it's going to be on Xbox for a whole year until it comes to PS4 or PS5 next year. I mean, again, I'm no stranger to figuring this shit out. You guys shouldn't either. Like, timed exclusive always exists, and it always will. You know? It always will. You just got to get the fuck over it. I'm going to figure out why I can't look at my own foot at nighttime. Oh, I'm too fucking black. Okay, hold on.
Yeah, it's funny thing is as well, I found out about the whole deal with what this Modern Warfare thing's about. Turns out the deal has actually fucking ended. The reason why this is exclusive to PlayStation is because this deal, again, this game was supposed to come out 2 years ago, which is still in place. So when they release it, even though, you know, it's past the contract of what they had with PlayStation, they've basically gone ahead and gone, listen, when we bring out Modern Warfare Remastered, 2 Remastered, we'll give it to you a couple of days early. That's what's happened. So they basically stood by their original deal, which, again, good, but at the same time, bad for Xbox or PC.
Well, is it really bad again? Because if they really
well, I mean, it works. In their eyes, it is. It is what it is.
In their eyes, it is. But they've bitched about. I mean, they bragged about being able to play the better version for years now, and that's PC. Xbox also for years talking about backwards compatibility games, that being one of them. I just don't really understand how you can brag about being able to play this same exact game, and then you're crying that you can't play the remaster that's $20, and you gotta wait 30 additional days. Like, yes, the coronavirus might kill you in 30 days, right? Well, probably within 20 days. But I'm just saying, you know, it's not the fucking most important game of the year. You crying about a game that's a fucking remaster, man. Like, really? Like, that's the one game you really can't wait to play, man. I wouldn't even look at you as a real gamer if that's the one fucking
Yeah,
game
most
the
people
whole
even fucking
year.
know that this game was coming out at this point in time because it was one of these games where normally COD comes out late in the year, not fucking early.
Exactly. But it is a remaster, so it makes sense.
Makes sense, but again, like, you got half and half. You got people that are like, I want to play it. People saying, oh, I can play on my PC, I can play the full version on my Xbox. Okay, cool. Then why are you bitching about it? And it's like, oh, because it's remaster. Now, okay, that makes no fucking sense. You either, it's like a kid going to a candy store, bro. I want this chocolate bar, but then I want this chocolate bar. You can't have both. So what you gotta do, you gotta pick one or the other. Again, you'll eventually get that other chocolate bar next time you go there. And that's what's happening with this, bro. You're gonna get it. Don't worry. It's fucking only a campaign that's gonna last you fucking a couple of hours, by the way. Isn't a full-fledged game. No, calm your vaginas. Jesus Christ. That's what it is, bro. It's like, it's not, I wouldn't say fake outrage, because it's just that bullshit.
I'm sorry. Some of the individuals are presenting it as
I think
fake
saying
outrage.
it, because the thing is, like, I can understand people saying fake outrage, but at the same time, like, I don't really want to say it. Because that is just what it is. Let me have a look real quick. Can't see for without alerting or injuring anyone.
Fatal said something about he can't get in or he can't be in. I don't know what that is.
He said he's got around his mate's house.
Oh, that's cool, man. He's not required to always be in. Like, look, bro, we're always live. You don't have to be, man. It's just whoever's here and we can discuss shit. Shit, I might be the only one here sometimes. If I'm home, but I think I'm going back to work tomorrow, so I won't be doing live like every fucking day. I'll be back on my normal work schedule, so probably barely do live, and I'll probably push out 1 or 2 videos. Okay, well, it looks like the shit's good, guys. I'm trying to get deeper into Neo, learning more techniques and being better. I don't like to die, and when I die, I want it to be more of my fault instead of my fault. I don't know if that makes any sense. Like, I feel that I haven't learned the techniques that I should be learning, and I think that's all on me at this point.
Complete every mission.
And I blame all of that on Adam.
Complete every missions without dying, reloading to a checkpoint. That's a new one. Complete every mission without dying or reloading to a checkpoint at any difficulty.
Okay, let's learn this magic.
That's an interesting one.
Dumb shit out the way.
I mean, at that point, I'm just going to do that then. Fuck it. I'm going to run through that then. Yeah, fuck it. So I've got to do it without reloading or dying. I'll reload a checkpoint, yeah, or dying. So that's a new trophy. That's actually a new trophy. I've never seen that before. I was not in the original game. Fuck it, do it. I just do the easiest difficulty. Fuck it. So what did it say? A week ago, I tweeted that Diddle Foundry found Resident Evil 3 demo performed best on PlayStation 4. Got a lot of comments. This is just a demo. The final version on the X will fix everything. Guess what? The final version it has the same issues. Duh.
Locations change.
Yeah, it's not me, bro.
Rationale. The objective. Yesterday's enemies are today's recruits.
It's surprising.
Children will fight alongside and pray they don't eventually decide to shoot you for it.
It's funny because people actually thought that, man. People actually thought that again, that wouldn't be a case. Like, dude, if you're pixel pushing on a console, man, that's what's gonna happen, bro.
On a tutorial. Wow.
Sorry, bro. If you're pixel pushing on a console, That's what's going to happen. This is what it is, man. Like, sorry, bro, but that is the case.
You about to kick my ass.
You've got to pick your pocket by hitting deliberately down your sights from a stable stance. Right now, show our friend here how the Rangers take down.
Bro, this shit is difficult because he keeps killing me. Okay, I'm gonna try this again. It's not a balls battle. They're doing a tutorial for Magic. Fucking bitch. Dumbass motherfucker.
Yeah, that's a new trophy. It's called Immortal, where you've got to kill, you got to do every mission without dying or reloading a checkpoint.
Come on, Jay, get up out of there.
Never. That was never in the game. Probably because the Spec Ops and multiplayer not been there. Or Spec Ops, should I say.
3 hits. He does 2 hits if you dodge. If you get hit, he completes the 3rd one. Damn, bro. They give me the weakest weapon that I don't normally use. Back out, back out, back out. God damn, bro. Fuck. I hate when I run out of stamina on this game. They really make you fucking, they make you suffer for that shit, bro.
I remember you can inspect, yeah, I remember that, man. Inspecting weapons is fucking awesome in COD. Just inspect that shit, like, yo. Yes.
Motherfucker trying to throw up on me, man. I'm gonna fucking kill you. Back up, back up, back up. Oh, shit. You about to kill me again, bro. God damn, bro. Fuck. Mission complete. That's just a fucking tutorial. That shit felt like a fucking boss battle. Shit. What's going on, everybody? What's going on? Screw that. They built it into the PS4. Yo. What's going on, Andrew Wilkins? Reading some of the comments. I'm sorry. I was struggling on that stupid ass dojo shit. I shouldn't have been struggling at all. But I wanted to learn some of the basic shit. They saying, okay, you can't learn this. You can't learn this because I don't got any of that proficiency. Fuck them then, bro. I got more than enough proficiency on here to just learn everything I want. Proficiency, okay. I haven't played PS4 since 2017, but
Andrew's
I will play
right.
PS3 because I can't let go of the past. New games just don't interest me, and I love Little Big Planet 2. Am I stupid? You can play every level on Little Big Planet 2, on Little Big Planet 3, which is available for the PS4. So if you like Little Big Planet 2, right? And obviously you can play more levels on Little Big Planet 3 because you have access to Little Big Planet 1, 2, and 3 levels on the PS4 version at better resolution. There's really no point. What's going on, Raven96? How you doing, buddy? Um, yeah, that's kind of pointless. That's a really pointless. Hey, man, you're missing out. That's on you. If you want to miss out, miss out. Um, but don't expect Sony or anybody else to cater to you as far as releasing games that you want to, because when you're a generation late, like you're telling us you are, hey, that's all on you, man. Um, Andrew Wilkins, you say it sounds like Luca, who told Moot she hadn't touched her PS4 in a long time. Yeah, I think I've let what's the name, Ashen Luca, whatever. I let her know. I don't fuck with them, and I don't give a fuck what they say. I know they're frauds. You know, to be honest, ain't nobody is trying to force you to buy a PS4. You cannot get a PS4. That's cool. But again, I don't want to ever see you on the internet talking about how much you like a game that you don't have access to. Because, see, that's the thing right there. You didn't get the system, and the system has the games that you know you want to play, but then you're over there drooling and shit, looking through a fucking window, wishing you could play these games on your platform of choice. And again, life is not fair. So shit's not going to happen the way you want it to. We're going to see a lot of that. We're going to see some people left behind on the PS4, and they're going to say, Sony, you should put the new Spider-Man on the PS4. Sony, you should put the new Horizon Zero Dawn on the PS4. You know, no. I don't want to hinder the development. You can go forward with this new technology, go forward. You don't want to be held back. Like every fucking Xbox One game is going to hold back the Xbox Series X. Oh, fuck, you little bitch.
Jesus.
He about to kill me, ain't he? Back up, back up, back up, back up. Woo! Shit, this is a fucking crazy ass. Yes, I beat him. I beat him on my first try. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. I'm capturing that whole boss battle. Oh. Oh, I kicked his ass on the first fucking try. Oh man. Oh, that felt good. That felt good, bro. I'm definitely getting better at this game. Wow, bro. My first try. I used all my potions, but I did kick your ass on my first fucking try. Bitch. fucking dope. Legend of the Fallen. I kicked his ass. Thanks, Raver. I mean, hey, it's up to you, man. That's your opinion. That's your experience. I've had a great experience on the PS4, and I have not had any bugs on Little Big Planet 3. Trust me, I got it day one. I got Little Big Planet 1 day one, Part 2 day one, got 3 day one, and I also got Dreams, of course, early access and day one. Amazing games. Yeah, I can't agree with you. That again, that's an isolated incident catering only to your experience. Profile corruption happen monthly. Yeah, I haven't had a profile corruption. Even after I changed my PSN name, I had no corruptions on my profile. Yeah, Media Molecule did a better job, but they were working on Dreams, so that's why they weren't working on that. Again, Sumo Digital is the same person that worked on Crackdown 3, so I can understand why your experience with that particular game sucked. It obviously wasn't my favorite campaign, and even though I was able to play some of the older levels that were created on other Little Big Planets, outside of doing that's pretty much where it ended. You know, I think the only Media Molecule campaign that I completed and also platinum their game was Dreams. It was a very good campaign. It wasn't too fucking long. It wasn't too complicated. It's probably one of the best campaigns they ever had. Okay. So we did that. We got some new shit. Yeah, bitch. What's this? That's Wild Guarding. Okay. That's L1 plus triangle. Or triangle Wild Garden. Yeah, we need that one. That one, let's see what that, we're gonna see what these attacks do. Man, I feel really good now, man. I got some good. What's this? I don't know what that was, but he gave me some good ass weapons to sell, I guess. Prayer beads of the legends. I want to keep that. Exorcist. Oh, this is the shit I got from Okay, I know exactly.
Yeah, that's the thing about back, because I mean, you'll see you're talking something about Little Big Planet 2, back compatibility, right? It's a thing I can understand people want, but the problem is that it's funny how much of a percentage it actually theoretically is. Like, just by looking at the whole Xbox scenario, they brought it in 2015, and it was a sense of people had to buy the old games or sell the old games, wherever it may be, and put them in there. And they found out very quickly that, based on percentages, it wasn't so simple, right? Again, not a lot of people were using it, not a lot of people really cared about it, in which they then went ahead. And if you have looked at Game Pass, Game Pass is very much filled with 360 games, more than Xbox games and indie games, Xbox One games, sorry, and indie games. And that is basically one of the big selling points for the Xbox Game Pass as well. Like, you don't have to own the disc, you can literally get this thing and play these old games, like the popular ones, shall I say. And I remember reading an article about this, and this is that what I'm saying is fundamentally fucking true. They are basically using Game Pass to promote backwards compatibility, but then also some games they can get on the actual service as well, like their own, and sometimes like games like Devil May Cry, maybe like Life is Strange, some like third-party games. But like, I mean, it's the percentage of the numbers like of how many people actually use backwards compatibility on Xbox is actually really low. Like, It's not big. And I thought it would be big, but it wasn't. Because again, like I feel like games do get old. When games get older, they do tend to lose a sense of format of how game design works. It's like you play, I don't know, I'm playing Call of Duty right now, Modern Warfare, and the way you aim a gun, the way the aiming feels and stuff like that is fundamentally different to what it feels like in the new game. Like in the new games, it feels more what's the word? Interactive. Like it interacts quickly. And then you feel like you're in control of this sort of thing. It's the same thing with like driving games and football games. They've added so many different aspects to these things. Where if you go to play like I don't know, FIFA 1998 or whatever, you would see a massive difference in that. Like no one's going to play an old FIFA game. So I think I played Red Faction through SharePlay with one of my mates on PlayStation. That game did not age well, but the things that I like about the game are like, the blowing the holes, the geometric aspect. So you can blow a hole through like a wall and not have to use a door, which I liked. It's pretty cool. Yeah. Not saying backwards compatibility is not a thing, but most games that you would want backwards compatible for have either been remastered or remade, or had a remake. It's like Resident Evil games have all been remade or remastered. Devil May Cry games, COD are starting to do it. Crash Bandicoot 1, 2, and 3, Spyro 1, 2, and 3. Like, the possibilities are fucking endless. Like Shadow of Colossus is one of them. You can remade twice. I feel what else? Metal Gear 2 and 3. So I would like 4, 1, and 4.
Adam, what the fuck are you talking about?
Talk about backwards compatibility, man.
Oh yeah.
How much of a percentage, how low the number is of people that actually want that shit. Because again, most of the games that you want have either been remade or remastered. Most of them anyway. Or are going to get remastered. Like, you got EA thinking about doing it for Mass Effect. If they...
I didn't add the cups the proper way. I ran through that whole level. I could have had co-op. What the fuck?
That's what I mean, bro. It's like, Onimusha, like, got remade, remastered. I would like for them to remake Onimusha, but, like, am I gonna clamor for it? No. Like, if it comes, it comes. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Like, and plus, it feels even better when you do get that remake or remaster for the current gen consoles. This was good. Like, was it Ratchet and Clank? That got a remaster or a remake, but, like, they changed a few things here and there, didn't they?
About that, you dumb bitch.
They're very much the same game. Somewhat. Anyway. Kind of. But, yeah, the last boss is different. That section is different. They did change a bit of Ratchet and Clank because of the movie. I mean, bro, this was the I remember watching E3. Was it 2008, seeing on the Xbox stage the cliffhanger mission. This shit was so fucking iconic to watch. remember this shit, man. This mission felt like all gullied up from Modern Warfare 1. Such a good mission.
Ooh, that's a nice ambush.
This is when COD was really good, bro. Like the story was good. Like, you know, IW were fucking, they were good. They are getting better now because they got some Naughty Dog guys on their team doing the story and doing the rights on it, which is fucking great.
Yeah. That's weird. I changed my fucking shit by mistake. I love this hammer, but it's getting in the fucking way. Won't lie about that. I love it so much. I'm gonna have to change that shit because it's such a big looking weapon. It literally is getting in my eyesight.
Yeah, I was going to talk to Briggy about that because we were talking about Resident Evil yesterday, man. Like with Sam. I mean, I'm not surprised that game is not as good as 2. Like, I mean, to be honest, the originals weren't. It was the same thing. 3 wasn't as good as 2. There were differences, but wasn't as good. And that's why I'm like, I look at like the Resident Evil 4 situation of them doing remaster of Resident Evil 4. I really fucking hope they don't remake Resident Evil 4. Doesn't need to. And if you do, you don't change shit. That game's perfect. You change anything with Resident Evil 4, you're just fucking scrutinizing that game. That's probably one of the best Resident Evil games in the fucking series, hands down. I remember playing that shit on GameCube, and then I played it on PS4. Don't know PS4, PS2. Copy that game came out.
Out by myself.
When did Resident Evil 4 come out? What was it? 2018, 2009? No, it wasn't 2009. It's like what? It was 2004, 2005. I remember. Fuck. I'm just trying to remember. When did Resident Evil 4 come out, bro?
Get the fuck out of my face.
It was in the chat saying it. No,
okay, cool. I'm not fucking with you today. Oh shit.
Oh. Resident Evil 4, 2005. I said 2004, but anyway, yeah. That game surprised me, that did actually, because I remember I got that for Blockbusters as a rent, because they didn't have a game that I wanted to rent out. I ended up renting that out, playing it for like a whole fucking week. Nearly completed it and ended up buying it, when I would have to put a ticket back. God. Remember the days of Blockbusters, oh my god.
You don't know what a block or a buster is.
Yeah, I remember Blockbusters from the start of this, bro. I had my own little ways as well, bro. I knew the fucking owner of the Blockbusters, so if I wanted to get an 18 rated game or film, comp.
And we're all done. I'm gonna be cheap as fuck on this game. I'm gonna snipe. I'm gonna shoot. I ain't engaging in none of these motherfuckers. Nope. We gonna be cheap as fuck. Birdman gonna give me a problem anyway. Oh, another female character. Wow, they really love their female characters. Oh fuck. I was like, I figured that was gonna happen. I was like, oh yeah, as soon as they get the ability to do it, they're gonna just do it. Look at that. That shit almost fucking killed me.
Yo, the flinch in this game, bro! Oh my god, the flinching in this game is unreal. Oh my god. Oh, I remember this shit in fucking modern, like, dude, in the new COD games, you do not flinch for shit if you get shot. It's bonkers, man. I thought you
What?
flipped
Did I
like a
miss
motherfucker.
something, buddy? Did I miss something? You don't. Oh, okay, that's right. You can't talk.
Love the fact when you're fucking shooting in this game, bro, you get shot at, bro, you
I
flinch
don't
like
know
a
how you
motherfucker.
run after shit, and then you know you're not strong, but I guess you feel that you're strong. Motherfucker, bro. Come on, bro. What do you want? What? What is it? What? What do you want?
Yeah, 'cause when you play the new COD games, man, you don't flinch as much, bro. It's like it's
You
crazy.
said what?
No, I'm playing well. I'm playing Way Master, bro. And like in these COD new COD games, you don't flinch, bro.
I hate
When
when
you get
people
shot.
join my fucking game and they rush through everything. It is annoying as fuck.
Come on, bro. There's so much in this game.
Where are you? Wow, that was it. Nah, buddy. Nah. There's more over here, bro. There's no way. There's no way it's not more over this bitch. There's more over here, man. You move, bro. You're in my way, man.
Yeah, I know. I'm just gonna look at this trophy real quick because I need to have a look at this crap.
We gotta make sure
What
everything
what
dies,
does it
bro. You
actually
running
what
through
does it
the fucking
actually say,
level.
bro? Because
Stop
I need
running
to
through the
know.
fucking level, man.
Complete. It says
I don't
here.
fucking understand that. No, motherfucker, we ain't resetting shit right now. The fuck? Come on, man. Bro, fuck out of here, bro.
So they complete every mission. It says here complete every missions
It's not.
without
It's something not
mission.
right down there. Hold
Complete
on.
every mission without
What do you want?
dying or reloading to checkpoint at any difficulty. Alright, so I just died because I hit fucking price. So that means I've got to quit out of it, and so this theoretically is the case. So I've got to do this. Right? Yes. Cool. Alright, cool. I can do that. Basically, I failed because I hit fucking price in the back of the fucking Snowmobile, which kind of sucks.
And that's your fault, not my fault.
Well, no, because I thought it was a fucking enemy. And his name didn't pop up until the end. Normally, their names pop up from a certain
That's some
distance.
illegal shit right there.
Their basic design is that if you are within, I think, what they say, I think it's like a 4 or 5 meter radius of friendly AIs, you see their names pop up around the peripherals of your reticules.
That don't matter.
He did not pop up until late. So I ended up bashing into him. Which I thought it was behind me. Hey man, whilst you're playing Neo, bro, I'm trying to get platinums, bro. Working my way up to 80
I'm getting
plats.
a platinum in Neo too, but
Working my way up to get my 80th plat. I'm playing more games, I think, on this console than I have on the PlayStation 3. But then again, I didn't get into platinums until the PS4. So that's when I met Carl. Actually, no, me and my mate Kev, actually. That's why we're all like, the Doom plat, man. I was like, yo, I did not fuck around that plat. I fucking digged into that shit with fucking ease. Took me, 5 days to play that game? 5 fucking days to platinum Doom Eternal, bro. Like, that shit was a fucking meal to me. I was licking my chops when I was fucking playing that game. I was frothing from the mouth. The thing is, I got Resident Evil this weekend, but the thing is, I got double XP, weapon XP for Modern Warfare, which I'm gonna grind that out on doubles or triples. So I was like double XP, double weapon XP, double tier XP.
Shit it on him.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like, yo, comparing it to the old game, man. Like, yo, that part there, seeing fucking Captain McTavish soap. His face, bro, looks so fucking finesse in this game. Fucking hair follicles, everything,
Had
bro.
that dude in the corner, we shitted on him.
Even the ice, man. I mean, this is running on the old engine, the old IW engine, which is impressive. Shit. You and Sam should be playing against the other one. Hope you're out.
Good shit. I believe we did all subquests in this area.
I haven't got any other games to play, though, that's the thing. So I got Resident Evil this, and obviously Final Fantasy 7. I'm probably just gonna wait for that game to come out full. Give it a few years. I think that game will be complete.
I believe we are done all the shit in this fucking area, bro. We did it. We fucking did it. We did everything. Ooh, that's an ugly motherfucker. Ugly ass motherfucker. That dude's ugly. That's a new one. He's ugly as shit too. I don't see motherfuckers like that often. Snowclops is cool. I like Snowclops. He's dope as fuck. Ice butterfly. Motherfucker elephant. The elephant of legend right here. Lightning. Motherfucking beast right there. Had the snake, but fuck him. He's a bitch. Monkey sucks. Shark sucks. That's it. I don't got a lot of souls. I'm gonna go redesign some of this stuff. No, keep the fucking dog. No, I'm gonna keep the dog. Okay, that's all good right there. Let me go to the blacksmith change. I want to know more. Let's refashion this weapon so I can look better, because shit is getting in my way. It's so big. Can't really fucking see shit. Let's see. What would it look better as? Oh, that's a pickaxe. That kind of makes sense. Not bad, not bad. let's oh, look at that. It's an ugly looking fucking helmet. I'm gonna remodel everything I got and make that shit look like it's Shinobi. Hold on, bro. Unless, oh, fucking crazy. Now that, oh, I'm gonna have to refashion that. Okay. Anything else I need to check out to see if it's stronger than the stuff I got on right now? Doesn't really matter. You know what? Fuck it. Let me see. Projectile damage taken that. None of it makes sense. I'm gonna offer all that shit up. $340. Oh shit.
Remember where the fuck was it? Won't be there because that'll be near the. That'll be close to the first one. So
that's fucking crazy, bro.
oh, was it over here? Could be. What?
What kind of fucking sword is this?
I feel like a part of it felt like it was like on top of like a Humvee.
That shit might do something for me later on.
Oh wait a minute! Oh, I know what it was. Yeah, it was fuck. It was the I think it was on like the side of a truck, wasn't it? Laying down.
Okay, we got one of each weapon. Not bad.
Pretty fucking sure. I want to say moved them. 2, 3.
Well, that's better than nothing. It's definitely not enough to level up, but.
That's what I mean.
What's going on, Jamar? How you doing, man? I'm up here just chilling. Chilling like a Cleveland.
How you not? Alright, fuck it. I'll have to come back. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think they've moved it. They've moved the intel. So remember, in the first level you did, not SDD, they moved it. Then also moved it there. Normally, I think the original game was on the table right here. So they've moved it. I'll play until 3, I think. Wow.
Yeah, it's better than nothing.
Needy.
Adam, you know you suck, right? Now that shit. Okay, we gotta make our shit look like ninja stuff. I'm gonna be a ninja, and Adam can't do a damn thing about it.
No.
And the reason why? Because he doesn't know what a ninja looks like.
Go.
Bro, why is all the ninja shit so beat up, bro? Like, why can't that shit just be fucking fresh?
Ninjas, they.
So fucking dirty.
Oh, we're talking about Ninja. We're talking about streamer Ninja, right?
No, man, I'm talking about the ninja that I'm about to dress up as on Neo. The clothes look all beaten and tattered. I think you had something to do with it, but I can't put my finger on it.
I thought you talked about Ninja.
Nobody cares about that guy, and we all know that. Come on, man.
I love Ninja. I love his blue hair.
Thought his hair was green, Adam.
I love his blue hair. It's blue. Sometimes it's red. Sometimes it can be green. He did the whole Goku thing.
I don't like this armor, but I don't know what other armor I would pick. Cause I mean, that's the cool thing. I got enough money to swap my armor 80 fucking times if I really wanted to. But
Yeah. Ah!
Shut the hell up, Adam.
Test the keys, test the keys, test the keys. Keys.
Going to the next area. I've deserved it.
Briggy back.
Yeah, I'm back.
It's not anti-consumer. It's very.
Let me
It's
ask you,
pro-consumer.
Briggy, where are you in Doom,
Push
my friend?
the industry.
Where are
Oh, I took a break from it. I wasn't playing it when I was gone. I took a break.
Yeah, he said Doom is a suck-ass game. He doesn't like that
What?
game.
What level are you on, by the way? Still on that arc level?
No, I just finished that one. I got past that Marauder enemy.
Yeah! How was he?
He was just
Hit
annoying.
different, right?
He was just annoying. Yeah.
Exactly, bro. Like, no, like, yo, when I played that, I've not seen a first-person shooter do that sort of thing where you cannot touch that guy. You have to wait for him to fucking attack you.
Don't tell me he's in more of the game though.
He is, yeah.
Are you kidding me?
And he will be with other enemies. This is what I'm talking about, bro. The more you go into this game, bro, you will have him. You have mancubuses, cocodemons, tyrants, red barons. They're all mixed into that, and there's another enemy that you'll meet as well, which is even fucking worse. Because, have you gone into like? Yeah, you would have actually. You've met enemies that have like what's it called again? Like increased damage.
I don't know. I
I'm
don't
a
think so.
motherfucking ninja now. How you like that?
Did you have to kill something like an artifact where like enemies were glowing red?
Oh, that. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's an enemy that which can conjure that effect.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, like this is what I mean, bro. That game, the more you play it, the more like I wouldn't say difficult, but more of a challenge it becomes. Like you have to learn like how to use your over shoulder like thing. So like your ice bomb, your flame belch, your grenades. And obviously, if you upgrade all these things fully, man, like, yeah, bro, it's crazy, man. That's why when I was playing it, losing my shit, man, like I had all this shit to worry about.
Fucking legend, bro. Oh, God, this game is so good.
I would like to see Jay complete this game on the hardest difficulty.
How about you not complete the game and Adam complete Neo? How about cats?
You know I can beat Neo, but I know you have a bit of a problem with fucking Doom.
Adam, I bet you can't complete the first Neo without any help from your
foot. Past that Platinum Sekiro, Jay. Again, that you have
Adam,
not even fucking.
I don't think it's going to be that crazy.
I platinumed Sekiro in 2 weeks. I platinumed Bloodborne in a week. You're telling me I can't do Neo or Neo
Dreams in a day.
2? Give me a couple weeks.
Okay. We'll see. Goobity gig.
What? Oh my gosh, this game. Holy shit.
How is it hard to comprehend? Exclusives have always existed. Why are they now a bad thing?
I'm kind of not shooting anybody in No Russia because I didn't really like, you're just killing innocent people, bro. And, like, you can choose not to shoot people.
That was the craziest mission I've ever seen in the video game.
Oh. Oh. What the fuck? I was getting shot because friendly fire's on, that's why. Bollocks, man. So was that Briggy?
Can't say bollocks.
Like, that was the craziest mission I've ever played in a video game.
Oh, I know Russia. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a very controversial thing. I remember at the time because I remember when that game came out. I remember it was like a couple of days
Yeah, I
before.
remember articles on
Like
it.
yeah, it was a couple of days before it came out because there was reviewers that were talking about it and it was brought up majorly and like fucking I mean again you can skip the mission, you don't have to play it, you can skip it and it even tells you before you even play the game. But yeah, it's one of those things like it's up to you. But I know that right now Russia has banned the remaster or something to do with
Yeah,
Russia. Like
Dom, it's very weird.
they're not
It's
allowing
like
people to play the game
it's
because it's
very
more
weird.
it's to do with the aspect of the depicting Russians as bad people, but also the sense of that mission as well. It's kind of like with Modern Warfare 2019. There's this mission called Highway to Hell or something like that, where it depicts Americans helping. It was something about the American. Again, they flipped it so it was Russians, but they flipped it to the Americans helping. Something like that. I have to read that again, but like Russians were pissed off for that as well because it wasn't history. It was depicting Russians again as bad people. It's kind of like the whole aspect when you had the whole North Korean thing where like there was lots of games doing like North Koreans were enemies. Remember that shit? It's crazy, man. I just shot a policeman like that. I mean, I don't mind shooting police, but
What game are you playing? Grand Theft Auto?
no, I'm not playing Grand Theft Auto, man. I'm playing Modern Warfare 2, man. See, look at these
Well,
guys
look,
like.
it's
Crap,
2020.
bro. I can't
Do
that,
you
bro.
really think that all companies are gonna put all their games on every platform? Name me one company that's putting all their games on every single platform. As soon as you name me that one fucking company that's doing that, not a developer, the company, Microsoft, Sony, Nintendo, then I agree with you. Other than that, I'm not gonna agree with you. Because obviously people understand the importance of exclusive selling their hardware. It's very important. It's always been there.
It's clear, but dude, like, there's different interpretations of exclusives as well. Like, even though you can play Xbox games on PC, they're still exclusive to only PC and Xbox. So Nintendo and PlayStation can't play those games. So they're anti-consumer as well.
Oh, Adam, I'm on the mission now where I have to get the BFG.
Oh, dude, that's a good mission.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Dude, it's just some of the aspects in that game, man. Like, obviously, there's no cutscenes. Like, it's all just running like in real time, sort
Real
of that.
time.
And like Doom 2016 didn't really have cutscenes like that, but I fucking loved it, man. Like some of the shit that Doom Slayer does, man, it's just fucking awesome.
And also, I'm getting trophies out the ass with this game. Like, it's crazy.
So what was that again, Brady?
I'm getting trophies out the ass with this game.
Oh yeah, dude. The platinum is not hard for that game. Like the only thing, right, is it's the multiplayer trophies, which like it's the kill 200 people in the battle mode, which I grinded that shit out until I think it was like 145, 150, something like that. And I met a couple of guys that
can't fight worth shit.
I met a couple of people messaging me that said, "Hey, do you wanna help us boost the trophies?" I went, "How do you do that?" And it's like, "You can do all this shit in private match." I went, "Wait, what?" I went, "Yeah, you can do every trophy in private match." I went, "Oh fuck!" And I already got all the trophies, so I just basically did the final like 50 or 60 kills, which I mean I could have done it legit. Well, I technically did, but like I was helping them out, so I'm like, fuck it, all right. Then all I had to do after that is do extra life. Extra life mode, which is if you don't have you rely on, it's kind of like Ultra Nightmare, where if you die, you have to start from the beginning, but it says of you can play it on any difficulty, so you can play it on the easiest difficulty or whatever, which I did on the easiest and just ran through it and got like nearly 60 odd one ups, which is crazy. It's not a hard platinum though. It's really easy plat.
Do you have to complete the game on nightmare mode or something?
Nope,
Okay, good.
nope. It's just the multiplayer aspect. So if you want to do multiplayer, you've just got to kill 200 people, opponents. Which again, you can do all that stuff in private, like in private match. The thing is, you need 3 players for that. So obviously, if I can find a third, I can help you with that shit. But I mean, yeah, it's not a hard one.
But this game's soundtrack is phenomenal.
Oh
Wow.
yeah. I was quite. Like the thing is with the soundtrack, man, is that like I was wondering when we're gonna get it because
Well, all my health leveled up now. Like I can't level up my health anymore.
if I'm not mistaken, like the people that bought the collector's edition of Doom, or people
I
that
was wondering why the
the
game was a lot
the
smoother. It's
soundtrack,
in
they have to
60
wait
frames per
for it
second,
to
so-
release. Something
boy. You know, that 60 frames ain't bad. I might keep it at 60 frames, but you guys can't see it, can you? Damn.
because it isn't. Because I think Mick Gordon, he said it wasn't finished.
Man, I cannot. I gotta be able to. I gotta play this at 60 frames per second. Because this is like a completely different game.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie though, the soundtrack to Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal, like with the God of War soundtrack as well as Last of Us, probably some of my favorite fucking soundtracks. If I'm talking this gen, actually, I'll probably say Uncharted 4. They're some of the best soundtracks in games.
Is that a ninja dog? Bro, it's a fucking ninja dog.
Obviously, I think Last of Us Part 2 will be a really good fucking soundtrack. I know it will. I can't wait to listen to that music in that game.
I know. I'm just excited to see what Gustavo's gonna come up with.
Oh, dude. I know that people were like joked around when he was at E3 2018 where he was on stage with his banjo, bro. But I fucking loved that shit, bro. Seeing him.
That was amazing to listen to. That was amazing.
Yeah. I love that crap, bro.
What
The thing is, right, is like with God of War and Last of Us and like even Uncharted, man, the music makes up for a lot of like scenes in video games, right? If you didn't have that music, it wouldn't give you the same sort of impact as what you had with music.
Yeah.
It's just, like the Ellie and Joel scene when Joel is talking to Ellie in
the barn house.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that house, and you had that. Everyone's actually fucking it. She pushed him away, saying "fucking except for you." It's like if you did not have that music, you will not have that same reaction, bro. I'm like, oof, that hit hard.
And also in Uncharted 4, remember when you found when you got to the jungle and stuff, and you first come across that abandoned city, then that whistling type music starts playing. Wow.
Oh, what the like do do?
Yeah, yeah.
The music of the
bro, I like that. It's kind of like the Elena scene as well, where Elena finds out that he was lying, bro. That scene as well.
But the thing is, there's no music playing with that. There's no music. It was just like the sound, and then after the scene happened, then the music started playing.
That's yeah, it's right. Yeah, it's true. Actually, yeah. But then again, look how that powerful scene. It's like I don't know if they did the same for that scene with when Elena and Drake are standing around the pirate table where they're all being poisoned. They had the music subtly playing in the background, but they had the voice acting amplified. But that was a great scene as well, where he was just fanboying over the aspects of like these pirates, and then she's just like looking at him like he loves this. It's like, yeah.
Well, I got the BFG now, Adam.
Hey, BFG.
Well, I'm gonna save that because I know I'm gonna need it for later or something. Like right now.
You got to kill 40 enemies with that, but you will use it in a second because you got literally a lot of enemies soon. I'm pretty sure. It literally makes you want to use it. You'll get ammo. You'll get ammo for it. I think you can only hold 2 rounds. Yeah, you can only hold 2 rounds of the BFG, man. So you know if you've got 2, bro, you might as well use them. What difficulty are you playing on anyway? How many
I'm playing
on. I'm playing it on Animal Crossing mode.
Wait, what are you playing on?
Normal.
What's that? Ultra violent?
No, it's just normal mode.
Yeah, I think playing
really
Neo
fun.
really getting me hyped for Ghost of Tsushima with all the history and shit. I can't wait. Let me see what Idiot was saying. Inky. I really don't see a reason to have a fight over teraflops. Like you can't get. Wait up, you're up here trying to escape what I was saying earlier. Let me see what the fuck you were saying. Man, you capitalize every word, blah blah. Oh, so you ignored my response to you, you idiot fuck. Yeah, because you already know exclusives have already been around. If you're surprised by exclusives, that means you haven't been a gamer for very long. That's the only people that would not understand what exclusives are people that started gaming this generation, which is stupid as fuck. That's the dumbest thing I could fucking ever hear. I just started gaming just now, so exclusives are bad. Motherfucking cat right there, that's what it is. Oh, what the fuck is that? I never saw anything like that before. Oh, you little bitch. That hurt.
Oh, this goddamn chicken in the house, bro. What the fuck? Get that fucking chicken out of the house.
Do not fucking do that.
Brazil was crazy. Got chickens in the house and everything. Oh my god, bro. This shotgun's crazy.
Took your bitch ass out. How you like that? Where are the rest of the demons? Because I know there's more. You dumb bitch. Stop zooming in, you dumbass. Run, run, run.
Yeah, I'm just gonna play for this game, man. Just run for a ball and do the trades afterwards.
just, wow, that's really overpowered. And then you try to sneak up. Wow, bro. Not a lot of friendlies around here, huh? A guy in there, a guy in there, another knife wielding fuck over there. I might have cleared the area for the enemy that we were looking for, but at what cost? I'm gonna have to go back and get another fucking somebody to fucking help me, man. I ain't gonna do this shit by myself. Hey, look at that. Somebody fucking joined. Okay, 360, and this one is 370. This one gets sold. This fuckface, I swept the whole fucking area, so guess what? All you gotta do is run around here. There you go. But you don't wanna fucking do it.
Goddamn fucking chicken. Get the fucking chicken out of here.
Get it out, Adam.
The fucking chicken in the game, bro. What the fuck is being like fucking in China, bro? They're being random animals, bro.
Yeah,
They need plucking the
I'm
chicken.
just really happy that Sony understands the importance of exclusives by not putting games like Last of Us, Bloodborne, God of War on PC. You know, give them a game that they really don't want. And if they pretend that they like it, then it's all up to.
Fuck.
Oh, I got all the runes now, so I'm good with those.
What's that?
I got all the runes now, like the faster movement, the faster glory kills, all that shit.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I got all of them now, so.
Hey, Don P, you've got Real Music? Yeah, cause you got to do those, the challenges. Like if you cause every mission's got well, not every mission, but you get introduced to challenges. You've got to grab and got all the. A lot of the trophies are collectibles related. So like every mission, you've got ruins, you've got Praetor suit tokens, you've got figurines, vinyls. You collect all that shit. Like it makes the game easier. Some of it anyway, and then also like what's it called again? You get the trophies. It's basically like Doom 2016, man. You get everything, you're good. Yeah.
Shut up and stop showing the fuck off, bro. We already know.
Exclusives are good for gaming. It is a way of business. Do not tell me you do not like this.
Yeah, look, it's this one PC guy. I guess I just destroyed his logic. So, because there's other people in the comment section, he decided to go after them, thinking that they're a weaker target. But he still can't prove to me one company out of the big three console makers that is actively putting their games on competing platforms. Because it's not fucking happening, and it will never happen. Because in some small, tiny way in Microsoft's heads, they still want to compete.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Coronavirus? Question mark?
Yeah, probably. That's okay.
Tell you right now, bro, you sneeze in this day of age, man, people are gonna kill you. I tell you, bro, fucking funny.
This motherfucker literally just tried to kill the fuck out of me. I know, motherfucker. I know.
It's like, coronavirus. Oh, you gotta be kidding me, bro. And I failed the mission because I killed a fucking civilian. I hope I don't have to complete this whole game without, like, I can't quit out of it. I've got to do it from start to finish without failing or reloading or dying. Like, if that's the case, bro, that trophy is gonna be a pain. This trophy did not exist in Modern Warfare 2. Fucking, I remember this shit. There was no trophy that said you have to complete the game without dying or reloading. I mean, technically, that's not dying, though. That's failing. I feel like that's still failing. Penis. Fucking penis. Alright, fuck. Gotta be honest, P's and Q's, man. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play Resident Evil, play through that, complete it, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play some COD. And then as soon as the next season starts on COD, I'll go back to Modern Warfare 2 Remastered, platinum that, and I'll go to Resident Evil 3, platinum that shit. Question is, do I platinum Resident Evil 3 or do I go for this? I feel like it's more. I feel like Modern Warfare 2 for my 80th plat. Imagine get your 80th plat with Modern Warfare. Yeah, no, I might have to do Modern Warfare 2. So I've seen the trophy list for fucking Resident Evil, bro. It's pretty much like number 2. Straightforward. And if Nemesis is not as hard as what people say he is, man, like, come on.
But still, we gotta see what he's like on harder difficulties, though. So.
Yeah. I mean, for me, I'm just expecting him to be able to kill you quicker.
I mean, in normal on the demo, he killed you within 2 to 3 hits.
Yeah, 3 hits. Yeah. Correct. The thing is, man, you got the dodge mechanic, and obviously you learn that shit, but also, like, from what the reviewers have said, man, like, first time you meet him, he's a pain in your ass, but after that, it sounds like it's not as hard. It's basically like Mr. Fuck! God! Fucking damn it. I killed a civilian.
Adam Core.
Killed a fucking civilian, bro.
Civilian, bro.
I've got to restart the mission because I failed it. Fuck.
Yeah, that's what happens when you do happen pack.
No! They're like you, Jay! They're fucking assholes!
What happens?
They're running around. They're like goopity goop. Fuck off. Who cares? I ain't got nothing else. I ain't got anything to watch tomorrow, so that's good. Glad that Flash and fucking Supergirl have been fucking postponed. Thank fuck. Not airing. Yeah, I saw the trophy list of Final Fantasy VII as well, man. That shit looks fucking easy.
You say that, and it's probably gonna be the hardest platinum.
Go and look at the trophy list, Jay. The only trophy that's hard is completing the game on hard.
Oh, see, because you gotta fight Sephiroth at
That's
the end
it.
of Final Fantasy. So
No, you don't. It's only part 1, bro.
Oh shit! Oh, somebody already took his dumb ass up.
I mean, I think there's like 15 chapters as well. But I don't know how long the chapters are.
Roads, this is going to take some time. We'll meet the road. Remember, there's some further to keep the cities out of it.
Fuck me! You almost knocked me the fuck off. Get him. Bro, this dude learned this technique that I saw only in fucking animes. He twirls his sword around so fast that it reflects the enemy's attack. And that shit is so fucking cool, man. And that makes me want to mess around with the normal sword. But I'm not. But that shit was so fucking cool. Okay. Yeah. Don't fall, motherfucker. You gonna get it too? Yeah, you be the dumbest motherfucker and fall. You know I need your help for this. Oh, shit. Where that motherfucker at, bro? Yeah. Oh, fuck. Now's that fucking time.
Might have to turn off aim assist in this game, man.
God damn, bro. We knocking shit out. I mean, they're helping me, but... Oh, shit. Shit, what the fuck?
Bro, if I play this, bro, I'm gonna remember everything, bro. I remember what they all are.
Thank you. You guys are fucking awesome. Oh, what the hell is this? Water. Samurai guy. We run around eating samurai pie. Break after this to get something to eat. Only ate that IHOP and I don't know. It just didn't feel like it did shit to me. Man, another multi-headed idiot. So you gotta throw some bombs. cool. God damn, bro. I'm guessing we get into the boss battle or more shit? You're a cocky bitch. She said she thought I died on the way. God damn, I would have died. I would have fucking died if it wasn't for these legends. Bro, y'all motherfuckers is... You gotta love them, bro. They helping me out, but I do need to fucking see if I can... Yeah. Hold. God damn, man. Y'all motherfuckers is... What the fuck, bro? Constitution, magic. Oh no, man. I gotta enhance something. What the fuck am I gonna enhance? Heart. Show off.
Gotcha.
From now, this is Bravo 6. We've got the package. I repeat, we have got the package. Come on. Load the duster. Send the chopper. Coordinates the front. Bollocks. The skies are clear. Send the chopper now.
No, bro, Ghost looks fucking finesse, bro.
Come on, chopper.
Yeah, man, Ghost looks fucking nice in this game. Gary Roach Sanderson. Exclusive!
Adam, stop it, please.
Exclusives matter!
Cause you know they do.
Like a president.
You know they fucking do.
No, for me in 2020, where exclusives matter.
You know they.
I will be the president of PlayStation. Please.
So, Adam, with the sentient crystals, should I do the ammo or the armor or not?
Depends on what you want. I mean, let me rephrase that. It depends on what you want on the perks, because you see how like you've got left and right hand side, right, which is health, armor, or it might be ammo. But then in the middle, if you unlock both of them, you get a special perk. Depends on what you want in that middle perk.
What you guys trying to do?
So like, there's one that I think if you're already full on health or armor, and you pick up health, or if you're full on armor or health or full on health, and you pick up more health, you regenerate your blood punch quicker, and then the same thing goes for another one which is for armor. And then you've got, I'm trying to think now. I think there's one that hoovers ammo or resources from a farther radius. There's some more as well. I forgot though. Depends on what perk you want. That's the main thing.
Does the ammo drop more ammo though, or does it? What does it do?
What do you mean?
Like, when I unlock the health, I get more health slot. For ammo, does that give me more ammo?
So yeah,
or does
so basically, ammo increases your how much ammo you can hold.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So how much ammo you can hold, basically. Yeah, that's what that is, man. Yeah, it's how much ammo you can hold. So, yeah, it's not how much you pick up.
Pretty dope.
Yeah. So, if you're not getting a lot of ammo, you go for that.
Gotcha.
If you don't need not a lot of ammo, just what you do is you go on Animal Crossing. It has no ammo in that game. Just letting you know.
Okay. Don't let me hit you. Two grown adults, man, talking about a grown up game, right? Not playing Neo, right?
Well, hey, what the fuck is wrong with Neo? People play Neo all the time, you dumb bastard. We all need to jump on over there to Animal Crossing. We need to cross the animals. Oh, fuck. You dumb bitch. That dumb bitch was waiting in here for me. I could see how somebody died on that trap. Are we good? Oh, shit. I don't even got most of all my health. But they call me Ninja Man. That's a dumbass bird. Oh shit, it's about to kill the chick. Oh, you wasn't gonna help me anyway. Oh, I hate this guy. You already know I can't fight. Oh my god. How did I fucking get caught by that dumb shit?
Yo, what's he playing? He's playing against an owl. What the fuck is that? An owl. An owl.
Oh god.
Oh, one of the.
You bitch.
I heard that, and then you cut out. What's going on? I just heard, oh no, it's done. And it's like, oh.
Oh no.
Sounds like you met someone.
That's not good at all.
Guardian enemy. Jesus.
Yeah. Sounds like you met my boyfriend. He's a good man.
That dumb bitch with the bow and arrow, because it had to happen. Had to fucking happen. God damn. There was a lot of ammo sitting around, I'm guessing, because they knew we had to shoot that motherfucker down. I gotta save that boss battle, because that was a dope ass boss battle. I mean, they did most of the work, but you know.
You got help?
Hell yeah, motherfucker! I'm playing this game late at night by myself. Get the fuck up,
You're a pussy.
Adam.
You're a pussy. It's like, look at me, my good shit. It's like
So the FBI raided some dude's house that had 5,000 boxes of masks. He was trying to sell it for 700% markup price. This is exactly what they fuck. Oh, bro, they took all that shit from the dude. Yeah, y'all wondering why there's no mask and shit is because the same people that hoarded fucking toilet paper are the same people that took masks and sitting on that shit and they didn't even need the mask. Exclusives are good. I don't see a damn PC fan that can tell me exclusives never existed because they suck ass.
Sorry about my friend, people. He's mentally retarded.
I'm not fucking retarded. PC fans suck fucking ass. We always knew they sucked ass. They gonna never stop sucking ass, bro.
My friend is mentally retarded. I'm sorry.
Motherfucking PC fans. That's what they call them.
God.
PC port begging troll. Always this motherfucker late to the battle, not fighting or anything. Nigga never fights. Obviously, what he is, I mean, that depicts who he is. I just love the history of this. It's like real Japanese history. Fucking dope. Nobunaga, the legacy of the fallen.
Fuck you from Ubunaga, bro. There's only one Ubunaga. Is there not
I
emotional?
said Nobunaga, motherfucker.
You said, oh, nobody. Doesn't matter. It's the same fucking name as Onimusha. Why are you saying that? There's only one Nobunaga.
You wanna know why I'm saying it? Because I'm playing Neo and you're not.
There's only one fucking Ubunaga. Okay.
It is that a time. Oh shit, that's a nice fucking attack. Ooh, that's dope. That's some good fucking summons. I wonder if I got enough to level up.
Welcome to Summons.
Shut up, Adam. Let me see if I got enough to level up. Nope. I'm checking these areas, see if I'm gonna play this shit or not. Wow, that's crazy. Where's the starting point at? The starting point's here.
Alright, I will do, bro. Give me the Predator missile.
So, Adam, there's only 6 Slayer gates, right?
I don't know. I think there is, yeah.
Because I think it said to get 6 keys out of
yeah, sorry, yeah, no, you're right. Yes.
I already did 4 of them. I only got 2 more than I got all of them.
Yeah, there are only 6. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, because you get the keys for whatever lies after it. Yeah, I know what you mean, though.
It's a jellyfish. Okay. Fucking game. This game never it's really good. I know I'm gonna be taken away by I know I'm gonna be taken away by my foot. I keep turning it off. Looks dope. This game never, just it's really good. I know I'm gonna be taken away by I know I'm gonna be taken away by my foot. I keep turning it off. Looks dope. Heavyweight axe. Okay. A lot of that shit we don't really need. Let me see if it's any blades that I've picked up that's more powerful than this one, because this is the weapon I like using the most right now. Oh shit, this one's stronger than... Oh shit, this is stronger than everything that I got on this one. And it's a purple. Not bad. Ooh, not bad at all. Final blow damage is high. Gold earned, don't care. Block, critical, don't really care. $232.
Ten plus KAs. Good hit. Good hit.
52.
I'm America. I'm an American. I drop bombs on people.
Shut up, Adam. Fucking bastard.
Trump, America. Yeah. Best of the best.
Damn you, Adam.
Hoorah! Titties. Jawheads.
That's not what they say. God damn this.
Eat my titties. That's what they always say.
God damn 'em.
Eat your titties, boys and girls. Eat your titties.
This is 375. What are the twins that I got down here? The twins I got down here are 370.
Shit! You got coronavirus!
Choking on his foot.
Jesus.
You good?
Yeah.
Corona!
You got 8 coughs until you can say corona. That's the law. That's what they say. That's what I
Mommy,
hear.
can I get coronavirus from PlayStation? No.
We're not gonna eat this no more. We'll find a better way. This is good, but not good enough. Not good enough. 75. Everything is boosted, so we got to keep. Nothing's good in there. Nothing's good over here. Definitely gonna need that Kai.
Beep, 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 beep. My God, they got wait, is that the intervention? How?
Shut up. I think we're good there. We're gonna. Oh, that's what I wanted.
Fuck you.
There we go. Let's offer all of this shit up that we don't fucking need.
Beep, 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 beep. Ooh, snaps. I'm going, sir. Don't worry, man. Don't kill me, please. I'm only a rookie. Come on, please. Alright, motherfucker, I'm running.
The fuck is wrong with Adam? We really gotta figure this out.
My commander told me to come over here. Alright, Jamal Batesman, see you whenever, man.
Okay, man.
PS5, $400. Yo, what's good? Yeah, that's facts, right? Yeah. I think it
PS5,
could
four
be.
hundred
I think
dollars.
it could be.
I
Bro.
mean,
I think it could be. I think it could.
what's going on,
100%.
Asa Gamer? Adam been saying that for the last day and a half. It's possible.
Day and a half. No, I've been saying it, but I've been thinking it.
Well, you haven't been thinking it until you've been saying it. So those are the rules of thinking.
You know, the fact that Canadian Canada, was it $500, whatever it was, the price, and obviously based on looking at the American dollar to the British pound, like you're looking at around 450 to 400, and then from 400 to 350 or like pounds, like that sounds about right. I mean, they sell at a loss, yeah, but then again, for like a year and a half, that's fine. They would do that easily.
The only guy mackerel punch worse than Americans is locked up in the gulag. That's all we've got.
Gulag.
Just climbs the bed to catch that snake.
Yeah, bro.
Let's hang.
I think that's gonna happen, bro. Because they do, man. They do that shit.
I think your neck is not gonna happen, but I think
It's a fucking rap, bitch.
Look, let me put it this way, man. If they
It's
go
a
as low
fucking
as $400 next gen, they're the automatic winner. They're just automatically gonna be the winner. It's nothing nobody else can say. I'm being honest, man.
You say that, but Xbox, Xbox would come back and win.
Xbox is 500 again, or 600. Man, it's not gonna be a good look.
Hey man, Phil Spencer, bro, you talked to Ryan McCarthy today, man. He's like, yo, I feel good about that price. As if it's gonna be really fucking cheap. Dude, they ain't gonna fucking come out and say it's dead y'all's cheap.
No, it's going to be 500. That's what it's going to be. It's going to be 500 with the Xbox Series X, and for the PlayStation, it's going to be 450.
The bottom line is, man, if this Series S is a fucking thing, which it fucking probably is, like that will be the lower console. Then they'll have this at a higher price. Simple as.
Will Series S not be as powerful as the X then?
Sorry?
Will the Xbox Series S not be as powerful as the X then?
Yeah, of course. Presumably, this is from Colt Dickwood. It's 4 teraflops.
It's 4 teraflops?
Yeah.
Why would they release it then?
I don't ask me. I really don't know.
That's stupid. Why?
I mean, apart from the fact that we are talking about it will have SSD, it will have an Ultra Blu-ray drive, things that the SSD the X doesn't have, right? But the Ultra Blu-ray drive it does. So it's kind of like it is getting a couple things that are new, but not everything.
But the thing is, they're releasing a 4 teraflop machine that's less than the Xbox One X. That's stupid. Who comes up with that?
Again, they want they want people to join their ecosystem. They don't care about if you buy whatever console, man. That's it, bro. That's all they want. That's all they want, bro. They just want you in the ecosystem.
Exactly. That's all they want, man.
They get you in the ecosystem. That's it. They're good. It's a wrap for them. That's what they want. If they can't, then they have to find out new ways. Yeah, that's what they're doing, Briggy.
That's stupid. If Microsoft were to do that, that's stupid. That's a waste of money and time. Then
They want Game Pass people. You see, what people want their services. That's what they're worried about more than the sales of their consoles. I mean, we've been hearing it for the past few years now that that sales don't matter. That Game Pass does. It's like, okay, cool.
stupid.
And obviously, it's clear that they want.
I haven't met a company as dumb as them, dude. Seriously. Like how?
Look, bro. All I'm gonna say right now, it's funny, but it's also sad that they'll never be competitive like they were last gen.
Yeah, because they were in front though, man. Again, like, well, no, they weren't in front. They released early. That's the problem. They got a head start.
This is what I don't get. So you're telling me that they're going to release a Series S console and it's supposed to run exclusives that are going to be running on the Xbox Series X alone? No, it's not going to happen because it's way too underpowered.
Well, for them, yeah, this is what I mean, right? We had these discussions all the time, right? With the power narrative, right? Again, like these guys saying that these games run best on this console, X, Y, and Z, and it's a sense of I can see. Here's the thing: when it comes to their own devs, right? I can see them obviously working on three separate additions to their games, right? So, for instance, Halo Infinite, they'll work on the Series S, the Series S, the Series X, and the Xbox One X, right? And the Xbox One for again, see, it's hard. Like,
no, because
the first couple of years, they will do the Xbox One S and the Xbox One X, right? And then the S and the X, Series X and the Series S. But then once those 2 years are gone, they will then start to, I would expect their studios to start to prioritize maybe the Xbox One X, the Series S and the Series X.
But still,
again, that's only exclusives though, right? When it comes to third-party games, right? There will be companies that will start at first, right? I'll give like maybe a year or two where it will benefit Microsoft in the way where Xbox One owners will still get those games. But after those 2 years are up, right? CODs, Madden's, FIFA, stuff like that, they will. I feel like Madden and FIFAs will still go. They'll try and get them on all platforms. But games like COD, Battlefield, I don't know, the next Star Wars game, whatever, right? Those games will be left. Those consoles will be left behind because developers, right? If they're developing for mobile consoles, right, or mobile editions, they want to get paid for it. So, for instance, when it comes to Cyberpunk, right, they're working right now on PS4 and the Xbox One, right, and they're getting paid for that. But the thing is, they're not necessarily getting paid for the Xbox One, so the Xbox Series X and the PS5, which is why they're not doing a separate edition but a patch. So it's not going to be a massive fidelity like upscale. It's going to be just a patch that might have frames or resolution aspects. They're not going for the whole, thing. It's interesting. It's going to, what's it called again? It's going to be interesting to see how this all works out for Xbox specifically, because again, PlayStation are moving on, whereas Xbox are not.
And see, this is the problem right here, because PlayStation, they're going to have PS5 only exclusives right off the get-go. They are. But Microsoft, they're going to be held back by the Xbox One. For example, Halo Infinite. I have a feeling that game is not going to be the potential it could be because it's going to be held back by the original Xbox One. It's going to be held back. Like, yeah, let's say it runs on the 4K 60 FPS on the Xbox Series X. Great, whatever. But the game itself, design-wise, will be held back by the limitations of the Xbox One.
Wait, which game? What game was it all about?
Halo Infinite.
Oh, yeah, I mean, with Halo Infinite, man, I've been saying this for fucking ages. I do think that game is just not going to be... It's not going to be as good as what they expect it to be. I'm sorry, like... The first time we saw that game, it did not look fucking good.
What game are you talking about? Dreams?
Halo Infinite, man. I'm talking about Halo Infinite. That game, when we first saw it at E3, man, it was not.
Which one are you talking about? We talking about a cinematic where he walked through the grass?
I'm talking about the fucking 2019. The thing that we saw in 2019, Jay.
On
the guy,
spaceship?
and he saw Master Chief floating in space. That's the one we're talking about.
And again,
okay, so you're talking about the one where he was in the spaceship and
we are talking about a 2019 fucking gameplay demo.
Okay.
Whatever the fuck you want to call it, Jay. Yes, last fucking year's one. Not the fucking 2018. But yeah, so basically, I've talked to a lot of Xbox fans about this, right? And they think that this shit is going to be massively different to what it was shown at 2019.
Oh boy.
No way.
You're telling me that shit is going to be massively different within a year of development? No.
Exactly. And here's the thing, Adam. They're not just focusing on the story. There's a single player and also the multiplayer. And also, with this coronavirus shit going on, these people working from home, it's going to delay development. But they're going to rush it out anyways for the Xbox Series X. I guarantee it. They will not delay it.
Yeah, exactly.
Rush it out.
Yeah. I already know the updates for 343. 343 right now, they are working from home. They are literally working from fucking home. So, looking at the way they'll be working on this game is going to be like some other devs, right? They're having to, again, very on a strict basis, fucking do certain things, and it isn't good. You know, and like I'm saying, with Halo Infinite, when we saw it then, and people were saying it's going to look completely different to what it will do launching this year. A year will not be able to fix what they fucking showed last year. Maybe a little bit of a tweak. Maybe. But when you've got single-player, multiplayer, and presumably this new mode, which could be Battle Royale, we don't know. It could be there's some things that apparently are supposed to be really good about this game, which we don't know about. But whatever they may be, if they are very, creative, fucking ambitious, again, it's hard to talk about that. It really fucking is. Because it comes down to a sense of gameplay over fucking, fidelity. Fuck. It ain't that easy. It just isn't. Some games prioritize gameplay, some games prioritize graphics or visuals, performance. That game's going to need a performance aspect to it. And with Halo, it definitely needs a performance aspect because it should be run at 60 frames. Has to. It's a first-person shooter. Every FPS needs to run at 60 FPS or even higher at this point in time. Because otherwise, it's like Doom Eternal, man. Like that shit, it supposedly runs at 60, but it does dip. It does fucking dip. But with the next, with the next consoles and the presumable updates that they're doing for it, I look forward to seeing what that might entail. And I hope it looks better. You know what I mean? I really do. Yeah, there's a lot of things going with Halo Infinite. There's a lot of things that I'm sort of umming and ahhing about as a fucking console, as a game, because especially for Halo and 343, they're not like Naughty Dog. They're not like some Sony first parties where they can adapt on a fucking very quick basis. They look like a sort of studio that they have to have time before they even get to that point of we can do that as well. I'm not saying that they're a bad studio, it just sometimes studios take longer. And Xbox fans, they choose to not believe this, which, again, it's up to them. But at the same time, when it happens, don't start flapping your gums at wrong people. It is what it is, bro.
Adam, you got to cut all the cursing out because we know that you're not really mad at the game.
No, bro, I'm trying to fucking do this mission without dying, bro, and I'm dying because I'm fucking not concentrating. I'm talking about fucking Xbox, and I don't want to talk about Xbox because we all know that they're talking major arse fucking
Demon
shit out
Slayer,
of their own
Xbox,
arse.
Nintendo, and PC are the best platforms. Fuck
Don't give a
PlayStation.
fuck, Jay. The fact of the matter is, the bottom line of all these fucking things are, specifically and mainly Xbox, is that,
I'm just gonna let you know, Demon Slayer is probably one of the worst.
Talk about bullshit fucking narratives. We've got a better console, this and that. We'll back it up this fucking year. I tell you right now, you've got the better console, you've got better performance. I'm expecting that shit to have better fucking everything off the rip. Not give us 2 fucking years to do this shit. Hate that goddamn crap of like, oh yeah, wait a couple of years, then we'll challenge you. It's like a boxer scared shitless to fight someone in his prime. It's like Floyd Mayweather with Manny Pacquiao. He was a pussy to not fight fucking Pacquiao for fucking years. Then he fights him when he's not in his prime. I wonder why. He's afraid to fucking lose.
Exactly. They don't want the battle. So you're telling me Microsoft believes they can fight. They think they have a chance because of what? The teraflops?
Dude, that's the whole fucking thing, bro. And then after that, when people start talking about other things on PlayStation, right, in which they can't somehow self-explanatory explain, they talk about velocity fucking architecture. It's like, dude, like, what's the next narrative? What is it? Tell me. I would love to know. What's the next narrative you're gonna play? I'd rather know right now than smell more bullshit out of these guys' mouths. You know, it's like I told you, bro. Like, these guys, a lot of these Xbox fans have become somehow but have a PhD in fucking technology. Like, no, computing technology, should I say? They haven't got that. I'm sorry, bro. You like, you know what I mean? Like Colton Dealer, right? Apparently they came around this generation, right? Where the fuck were they? I don't know. Maybe they're hiding in the closet. Maybe they're gay. I have no fucking clue. The fact of the matter is, they came out somewhere. I mean, most people we talk about, I don't even fucking know. I don't really give a shit about these people. Like Griffin Gaming, Rags, and whoever the fuck else is in this boy. Like, you know, you've talked to, like Paul Rock, and the only person I knew was Crap Gamer and fucking Next Gen, but like only because
everybody only felt comfortable coming out when they knew they could pick a side that was a sure winner.
Sweet, bro.
I mean, hey, it's the truth, right? Why you think they didn't show their face until after 2015 or 2016? Because it was definitive that the PS4 was the winner, and either they wanted to hop on the bandwagon or say, okay, that's our enemy, that's the target, that's who we're gonna hate, and that's just how it was. It's weird that it would take 2 or 3 years for anybody to decide what was going on in the console space. I mean, you're a gamer, you should understand. Everybody was of age too, by the way. It wasn't like last generation where it was a difficult choice.
This is why it's funny to me as well, man, because, like, again, with Xbox, like, listen, fucking, I don't despise the console, I despise the fucking fan base, because they are, I used to be a part of the fan base, I should know a lot about the fan base, and it's like, it is what it is right now. There's a lot of talk, and not a lot of playing. That's my fucking problem with this shit, like.
See, no, here's the thing, Adam, with that. They're praising Bleeding Edge, and they're not even talking about story.
No, they're not. Again, they talk about hardware. That's what they talk about. It's fucking hardware. Okay, cool. Got the hardware. You got the hardware narrative right now, right? You got to back it up. I don't give a shit. You talk about, you're gonna back it up in the next few years. No, you back it up off the rip. You don't back it up within 3 or 4 years or 1 or 2 years. Again, Halo Infinite. Halo is one of your biggest franchises, right? You bring it out on launch, which, to be honest, that's fine for them. But like with me and PlayStation exclusives like Horizon Zero Dawn 2, God of War 2, Spider-Man 2, I don't want to see them launch with the PS5. Why? Because I'll rather they, as studios, make something else prior to that to understand the tech, the hardware, then go for that. Because that's how it works. Because you hear this same dynamic from devs where they go, we squeezed every last bit out of these consoles, and then they make another IP or another sequel to their game, right? And they say the same thing again. It's like bullshit. You're gonna make another game that's gonna be even better, because that's what they say. It's like Naughty Dog, right? With Naughty Dog, they said that shit for Uncharted 4. They squeezed every little bit out of the console. It's done so well. Now we're getting Lost Legacy, which kind of improved certain other things, but it didn't say the same thing. But then we're getting Last of Us Part 2. Look at that game compared to Uncharted 4. It's definitely a fucking step up. And again,
they upgraded their engine too, so that helped.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They've. I don't know if they've upgraded it fully to the aspects of what PS5 is capable of, but I expect it to be on the benchmark of being able to go from one to the other. So it's a sense of PlayStation have told them, you'll be launching this game on the same year as the PS5. So would you mind taking the initiative of getting that game ready to be patched for the next console? Sure, no problem. Same thing with Ghost of Tsushima. I could have seen that game. That game could have released last year, I think. But because of the PS5 and some other aspects as well with last year and how they dealt with their exclusives, I think they held that game back. And again, the last game they made was obviously Second Son, but you had First Light, which was in what, 2015? Or 2014? I think it's late 2014.
Yeah, and see, Adam, look what Sony is doing with Naughty Dog and all these other companies on a 1.8 teraflop machine. What is it going to do with the 10.2 teraflop machine? That's what's crazy. Like, the possibilities are endless, literally endless.
I mean, like we were discussing earlier on, right? With the fucking hell, what's it called again? Resident Evil 3, right? Again, yes, the resolution, they're pushing the pixels, so on and so forth, right? Yes. The problem is we're pushing pixels, right, and pushing resolution, is that you're also demeaning the aspects of frames, right? And again, the more generations we've gone by, right, or gone past, I'd say, the more players of these games have started to understand that frames are more important than fucking resolution. And obviously, like with these consoles, they will be able to do 4K 60. Like, yes, that's true. The benchmark after that is obviously going full ray tracing with their games, depending on how much they're going with that. But also, again, maybe up in the ante of FPSs. So, like maybe 120 FPS, but then will that be 4K? Depending on the game that this game is regarding to, sorry. And if that game will go from 4K to maybe 1440 or 1800, I don't know. Again, like, I would rather play. See, for me, I'd rather play like God of War 2 or Spider-Man 2 at 16 frames per second and obviously like 4K. But if they can't do that,
do it 14.
And they have to downgrade the resolution, I would rather they do that.
And plus, those games are still going to be graphically way better than what we got. Way better. Regardless of resolution, the textures, the character models, will look way better, even if it's not at 4K.
Yeah, of course. It's also, because that's the other thing as well, man. It's the engines as well, man. The engines are also different. Because again, engines can be a major factor for these games as well.
Back to my fucking shit with the same button movements of the same game.
Shut your ass fucking there, J-Tech.
What's going on, Fatal?
What's up, brother?
Trying to play this game, but I'm probably gonna quit for tonight because I can't focus.
Hello there, Fatal.
You fell
What
asleep
am I
last
bad
night, man.
Hello, everyone.
Hey, mate.
What's going on?
I was listening to Adam going on about Cyberpunk.
Yeah, what?
Magic.
I was listening to Adam. I was listening to you going on about Cyberpunk and how they would do it for the different Xbox consoles.
Yeah,
How many
like
they do.
we'll discuss.
Well, it
Well,
was
yeah,
my take. It was my take that they would do a version for PC that
yeah,
was as high resolution as they could make it,
yeah.
and then they would do a downgrade for every other system.
Yeah, well, the thing is with development of games, right? It depends on the individual, but some devs they go from lower and they go higher. Some of them go higher, then go lower. With Cyberpunk, I think it regards them going higher to lower because again, they like to push that boundary with their games. Like same with Witcher, but like games like I like your Call of Duty, like the Call of Duty game, like the newest one, like they went from lower to higher with because again, Beanox, High Moon, and I don't know if no, it wasn't Raven. I think it was Beanox and High Moon Studios were working on the PC versions of those games, so they were like going from lower to higher. But yeah, what I was just saying was, it was a sense of these devs, they have to get paid for these different versions, right? So if, theoretically speaking, Cyberpunk was coming out for the PS4 and the Xbox One, but then also when the PS5 and the the Xbox Series X came out, they would have another 2 copies of those games. They expect to get paid for that as well, so they have to get paid double for what they originally are doing. So, like, which isn't the case because they're not doing that. They are making one version of the game for the PS4, the Xbox One, and the PC, and after that, they're doing a patch which will, I'm guessing, implement resolution of frames, kind of what you get with the Pro and the X, but actually
Well,
work.
they said they were going to do a version supported Xbox Series X that was enhanced. So what would take that
like,
meaning what you compare to me?
yeah, that's why I'm bringing up Resident Evil 3, right? Resident Evil 3, they've pushed the pixels on the X version to, I think, 1800p. And the frames for that game is supposed to be clocked at 60, but the thing is, right, like the demo from Digital Foundry that they did, and they did another video today, which still has the same conclusion. Xbox One X is, if you want the best version to play Resident Evil 3, right, you get the Pro. If you want the second, you play it on PS4. If you want the other one, it's the Xbox One X. And again, it surprised me that that's the case because the Xbox One X dips below, sometimes can dip below further than what than the PS4 can do, which is crazy to see this. But it's also the sense where I retweeted this earlier on saying that I don't know why Capcom are not capping this game on standard consoles at 30 frames, and then if they can't cap it at 60 on both Pro and X at the same resolution, they do the same thing, but with X, they should be able to do 60 frames with 1440p easy. But the thing is, I don't know if Capcom are going to lower resolution for the X. I would hope that they do, because that game does not run well when certain things are happening on screen, like explosive barrels or a certain amount of zombies or something happen on screen. Basically, like it just it's completely fucked. Again, like it can be fixed. It's an easy fix, but I wonder if Capcom are going to be the ones to go, yeah, we can do this, or are they going to go out their way to do something about it? I mean, I would hope they would, especially for Xbox's sake, because again, like because with Xbox, like that's what we've been hearing, right? The Xbox One X is supposed to be this console that was supposed to do 4K 60 or can somewhat do that. But a lot of games that we've seen, like Red Dead Redemption 2 and fucking like cards and fucking Assassin's Creed Origins and Odyssey and Division 1 and 2. Well, sorry, not Division 1, 2 is the case. They haven't done that, which I'm like, why? That's the whole point of their console.
Well, another game that comes to mind is GT Sport, and Polyphony have done AK models for GT Sport. For like saying to them, why bother with 8K? And they said, oh well, it means we don't have to do the models again in a future game when we bring the car model into that game.
Yeah.
So when you had the previous GT, which came from the PS3, which none of that was, there were a lot of cars that they brought over to the next game, which was like A-Spec or something, that one.
Yeah.
And they're like really crappy looking.
Yeah.
Because they like have ever so many cars, but they're like from older generations of the PlayStation. Now the physics simulation of those cars was fine, and they got sound samples for them, which were okay. If you wanted to drive those cars, which I think they've sold as microtransactions, you could still play on them and then new again. So I'm all for that. When you buy a car, it works across games on the same console. Across. If you've got a PlayStation, you bought a game in the past, it should, support that. I mean, what I don't like is with Forza, you buy your cars in Forza 5, and it's the exact same console, the Xbox One, and Forza 6, you have to buy them all again. I don't think that's on. But it's the same engine. They could have so easily let you use the same cars again that you would already paid for.
Yeah. Yeah, see, this is what I mean about the whole multi-platforms for the next generation, because like it is that sense of like I see a lot of, because again it's the sense of Series X is now we know that it's more powerful like than the PlayStation, right? It's got the the whatever it may be power narrative anyway. That's what it's that sense of like, do you as fans expect third-party studios to go out their way to prioritize your console? No. But if let's just say Xbox were, they had a lot of Series X's out there more than PS5s, right? Then maybe I don't know, but maybe they might do it. I don't know.
Don't think you understand. I mean, let's say you've got a road and you put two cars on it, and one's a sports car and one's a regular saloon. The sports car gets to its destination faster on the same road. Right? So it's not like the road limits everything down to the lowest common denominator of the slowest car.
Yeah.
So like if you've got a PC and it's a standard PC, you put a game on it, it runs okay. Yeah. And if you get a really good PC, it runs it better. Resolution and graphics options. So that's what's going to be the case with PC and Xbox One, Xbox Series X, and then the PS5 will be inferior to that, both of those, and it will just be again it will be 4K 60, but the graphics options will be a little bit more toned down. That's the only difference. Well,
again, like see, for me, it's also a sense as well. Like it's the first party aspects as well, right? Because over this generation specifically, as well as last generation, because obviously
I'm talking about multiplats because you can only compare multiplats across systems. If you say, oh well, this is an exclusive here and this is an exclusive here, well, first of all, we know there are no exclusives on Xbox, so that's an end of discussion. Sony wins.
That's the aspect like we're talking about, right? With the multiplat aspect, right? I don't expect the Series X or the PlayStation 5 to be for their the priorities of what they are able to do be put on like a pedestal on those notes. Again, I expect these things to be like Halo Infinite. I expect that game to look really fucking good on the Xbox Series X,
That's
right?
what I'm talking about. I die. How did I die by? I swear I knew I was gonna die only by him.
If it doesn't look good, right? I expect a lot of fans, whether they're PlayStation, PC, or whatever, kind of, sort of go. I thought this game was supposed to be really, really fucking good looking because again, it's running on the air. It's a.
Oh well, I'm not expecting that. I'm not expecting that at all.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, I'm not either, right? But there is that sense of.
I think Halo Infinite will look worse than Halo 3.
Like, I know.
Now, it won't be worse in terms of resolution and frame rate, but in terms of art design, it will look worse. So it won't matter.
No, it won't.
The frame rate it is because it just looks like arse.
See, the way I see Halo.
As bad. It won't look super arse, which is what Halo 5 looks like. Halo 5 looks like Basic super arse.
My mindset on Halo.
But Halo 5 looks better than Halo 3 though, graphically wise.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it does.
Wait, which Halo game are you talking about?
Halo 5 looks better, graphically wise. But the art style choice that Halo Infinite has taken is going to outdo and be better than the art style that Halo 3 took.
Have you looked at the ground of Meridian?
Of what?
The thing is with what does
the ground look like?
We haven't seen anything for Infinite yet, outside from that little CGI trailer. That's all we've seen.
About Halo 5. What did you think of the ground of Infinite?
I wasn't paying attention to the ground.
Well, it's terrible.
I just lost all.
See, that's what they said.
And yet you can go back to Halo 3, and that game still looks terrible today's standards.
If I might chime in here, when it comes to games and how they look visually and stuff like that, right? It kind of differentiates between certain things, like what they're prioritizing. Like, for instance, like Destiny. Think of it in this as of Destiny, right? Destiny 2. On the sense of like super, when you're using your supers to gunplay and stuff like that, and obviously when you're killing enemies, the way they die and certain things like that, right? It's really fucking cool. But when it comes to looking at the ground, like for instance, or like the sort of like textures of the walls, or again just the overall level design, it doesn't look good. And again, that could be vice versa. To like maybe the character models, the levels looking really good. Like for instance with Uncharted, like all of it looks really good, but like when you're shooting bullets and shit like that, and like you've got blood and bits of, there are things that look really weird, like very like cutthroat. So it depends on how they do it. It's like for me with Halo Infinite, I don't expect that game to be graphically stunning. Mainly because I can see them prioritizing gameplay aspects and the point of how the movement works in the game over how it looks.
That's why they're going back to like their way fucking Combat Evolved look, man. That's the graphical fidelity that fucking that Infinite's gonna be. Because if you go back and you look at the way fucking Halo Combat Evolved was with its semi-open world aspects, that's what Infinite's gonna look like.
That's what Halo, yeah, exactly. There you go. Yeah, so
it's going to look a little bit more polished because you're going to be able to see a little bit more details within that graphical art style, which already makes that game look better than Halo 3.
I'll say it right now because I found this out. This is what I found really funny, by the way. I think it's mainly because it's an anniversary, right? Halo Master Chief Collection, right? Got the anniversary for 1 and 2, which looked really good, right? But they didn't do an anniversary of Halo 3 and 4. I played Halo 3 and 4, or Halo 3, sorry. No, Halo 3 after 2. That game looks worse than Halo 2. I was like, why is that the case? Because they didn't remaster it. They didn't do an anniversary edition, so it looks bad. It's an Xbox. It's literally like an old, it's literally the 360 version. And it doesn't look good. I was wondering why.
Yeah, ever since Halo 4, like fucking, they try to prioritize fucking more of a more serious tone graphical fidelity than what Halo is supposed to originally look like, and that threw a lot of fucking the fan base off. Like I said, you can go and you can watch a lot of fucking live reaction videos.
Because that's not what the fan base wants now.
It is what the fan base wants.
Original Halo fan base I'm talking about. They want realistic. And again,
No, they don't.
that's
No, they
not the
don't.
real. That's
No,
not the
they
real.
don't.
Hold on.
No,
Hear
they
me
do
out. Hear me
not
out,
want that
Fatal.
in Halo.
I'm not talking about people like you, Fatal.
I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about the fan base. I don't fuck with Halo like that. But I'm talking about the people that have been fucking very vocal. Halo fucking diehard fans, man. You can watch reaction videos on YouTube, dude, and they all say the same shit. That like okay, when that first reveal of Halo Infinite dropped, fucking every person that I seen that did a live reaction to that video fucking said the exact same thing as the next person, man. How it looks very, very Halo Combat Evolve-esque. And that game is far from realistic, man. Because the graphical fidelity behind it, man, it was like we had more of an actual fucking color fucking
I
tinge
will
to
say
it.
this right now. Again,
that's what the diehards want.
This comes from a person that.
I'm not talking about the diehard. I'm talking about the late adopters. Not talking about the diehard. You completely ignored what I was saying. I was not talking about the diehard.
The late adopters are the casuals, and the casuals don't give a fuck how that game is going to look regardless.
What's making the rules at Xbox? That's what Phil.
They're making the rules too as well when it comes to fucking to the PlayStation. What the fuck are you talking about?
What games have we got?
They don't care how the game looks, dude. They don't give a shit about it. The casual market does not give a fuck about that.
Bro, I'm gonna say shit right now.
We haven't had changes in our game.
When it comes, like here's the thing, right? When it comes to listening to fan bases, right? And I'm gonna say this right fucking now because a lot of games have done this, and they shouldn't fucking they should listen to the fan base, but at the right times and for the right reasons, right?
That's what Halo Infinite's doing.
And this is what I mean, like, and that's the thing that I like about this Fatal, because here's the thing, right? Over the years, Call of Duty has somewhat gone up and down, up and down, up and down with their games, right? And the reason why is because they're either listening more to the pros or the casuals. And in that case, it fucks with the formula of those games, and people that are really big fans of those multiplayer games, right, of like COD, get really pissed off because they change too much. And again, it's the sense of sometimes, like, I like it when COD changes something, but then there's also the sense of, like, I always say, right, I would love for Call of Duty to change things, but then the problem is with me saying that is that there's probably thousands of other people that are thinking the same thing as me, but then also thousands of others that are thinking no. And it's a point of, if COD changes something, people are not going to like it. They're going to bitch about it. But then you have the other people that are like, I like this.
Every year, Somatic bitches about something that's there or not there.
It's like God of War, right? When God of War got shown in 2018, right? The first reaction to that was, obviously, a lot of people were excited about that, right? Because we've got God of War. But you let that simmer in, right? And I remember seeing loads of people saying this, right? And I was one of them. I don't know if this is going to work. Because they're completely changing the formula of how God of War is, in the sense of a hack and slash game, to a more close up, very sort of
story narrative driven.
Like story narrative, yeah, exactly. Story narrative, but like over the shoulder, very sort of intimate sort of combat. And when that game finally came out, it was like, holy shit, they did it. Like, I don't, and again, it's that sense of the one thing I really commemorate Santa Monica doing is the fact that they were able to obviously remove the hack and slash aspect, but then also keep it in the sense of you had the axe, you had the blades, you had Atreus, and again, it was that sense as well with Atreus. He wasn't like he wasn't a non-entity. He was a thing that you used. He was important to you in the game and the combat. And I look at Halo and I'm like, that's the thing that fucked with Halo, I think, for the past few years, was that the fan base, a lot of the fan base that were talking about Halo were multiplayer people over single player people. And Halo started to become kind of what Call of Duty did, where people cared more about the multiplayer than the single player. Now with Halo Infinite, I don't know how this game's going to plan out, single player, multiplayer wise, what they're going to be adding in, what they're going to be inventing to make this game, like give this game a rejuvenation where people enjoy Halo again. But I hope that they listen to the fan base to like a 40% degree, and they stick to what they want to do with the additional 60. If your game's in shambles, right, multiplayer wise, listen to your community, of course, because they're the people that are playing your game. They're the people that you want them to stay, and so on and so forth. It's like Division 1. When Division 1 came out, people voiced their opinions on that game. Give it a few months later down the line, completely turned the corner as to what it was.
Look at what Gears just did with Gears 5. They just fucking dropped their newest operation. I think it was like Operation 3, I think it is. Fucking, and they went back to the drawing board, like, on the whole fucking Tour of Duty thing, and they revamped that up to the point where, like, now actual DLC characters that are behind paid walls are now earnable through that. It's a lot easier to get stars now, so you can get those actual rewards a lot quicker. Fucking, they fixed a lot of shit that people complained about within the actual time period of 2 operations from launch to now, which I think is kind of impressive when I think about it, because it didn't take a whole entire year to get there, or it didn't take multiple years to get to that point where Gears 5 is actually somewhat what Gears should have fucking been from a multiplayer standpoint. So it's nice to see that actually fucking transpire. I think that's good, and it's definitely it's about time that they actually took all the feedback and listened to everybody and said, hey, you know what, fucking microtransaction bullshit. You already tried raising your prices up. That didn't work.
Yeah, you were not happy. I mean, you're the one that.
Yeah, no, I know. I even made a video on that shit because I thought it was fucking bullshit.
That's how I met you.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So now they made it. Now they changed it with the new operation, and also for going forward, where it's a lot more easier to obtain stuff without having to spend real life money on shit. Whereas before, it was kind of a semi-grind, but the actual Tours of Duty shit, like the rewards, didn't really feel all that very rewarding. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of the weapon skins didn't look that very good. A lot of characters, like, there was only like 4 characters you can unlock, and they're like all like the high tier end shit. You know what I mean? And a lot of people didn't want to have to grind for that. So now they changed it up. So, like, you can choose how, like, I think it's like a fucking 4 of any type of fucking of how you want to earn your stars, which I think is fucking phenomenal in my opinion. So now it's something that you can easily achieve, and you can do it every day. You know what I mean? You can choose up to 4 custom fucking stars that you want to get, so you can actually unlock shit in order to progress through the actual ranks.
Yeah, it's kind of like
that's gonna make it a lot more easier, man.
Yeah, it's kind of like with Division, right? With Division they do their weekly reset on Tuesday. Same with Destiny, where like they want people to come back every fucking week and do these things over and over and over again. Yes, you're doing the same thing over and over again, but again, they're trying to find new ways to bring it back in. And again,
they added more classic maps to the rotation, which I'm so thankful for, because a lot of the classic maps that everybody wanted there at launch, they were fucking locked away behind private matches. You know what I mean? Which I thought was really fucking stupid. Yeah, I thought that was really, really dumb. I thought for sure there would have been a hell of a lot more maps to choose from at launch, but there wasn't. That's been corrected. You know what I mean? So a lot of the issues that I had with Gears 5 were like, since pretty much basically launch and after I quit playing, are now starting to be addressed at the point now where, like, it might pull me back in, like, but I want to wait for a couple more updates first and see, like, how the community has evolved, whatever you want to call it, before I consider getting myself back into that. And that's the same kind of mentality that I'm going to have with Bleeding Edge. The exact same mentality, because I know fucking BE is going to get better as time goes on. It's just a shame that we have to wait for that. But again, that's going to be a new common thing that a lot of these developers are going to be doing when it comes to these online-centric service type kind of games.
Yeah, I mean, I know I said this before to you, but like, I still have to say again, like, I hope I'm wrong, but like with Bleeding Edge, and the difference between Bleeding Edge and fucking Gears 5 is that, again, like, Ninja Theory are making multiple games and they've got price of certain things, whereas Gears, they've just, I'm guessing they're sticking with Gears 5 for a bit before, they're getting a small group sticking to Gears 5 before they move on to Gears 6 or a new IP.
Yeah, well, they said, they're planning on doing a lot more shit with Gears 5 as far as, like, content goes and free updates and whatever you want to call it, even well into when 6 comes out, they said, or if they ever get around to making fucking part 6. That kind of shit. So that's cool. You know what I mean? But another thing to look at too, right? Like, when it comes to games as a service, it's a good... Okay, there's a good thing and a negative thing behind it, right? and I'll explain both, and then hopefully you might be able to see where I'm coming from here. There, fucking Adam. One is when you have an idea, whether it's fucking doing something similar to say like a battle royale, or in this case with Bleeding Edge, a battle arena hero type kind of game, but like doing it their own way. This one being like dip into Overwatch in the sense that it's more combat centric based, close combat centric based, but also the inclusion of mods, which I think is another cool thing that the game has to offer, because it definitely allows you to play around with the characters more, whatever the case may be. But think of it is that I think fucking when you look at the games in the service, right, you have to look at it from two different perspectives. Us as consumers, we're gonna hate it when it has lack of content, right? We fucking detest that shit. We despise that shit. But I think in a positive way, you can look at it from, okay, so the developers put out this concept, right? They want to see fucking how the attraction goes. Some games will automatically be dead literally after a week of playing it. Bleeding Edge is sadly going to suffer from that, but that being on Game Pass is actually going to keep the game being alive for a while longer. Just like Gears 5, as everybody's, nobody's playing Gears 5, but in actuality there is. Same with Bleeding Edge. I can still find a match right now and have no problem connecting and finding people, so I'm not worried about that. But with a concept like that, if they see that people want more shit and they see that people want to see like more improvements go on, that developer can easily sit there and say, okay, you know what, there is a fan base here. We're not just putting out a humongous game right away and like it just falls off and we don't want to do anything more with it. Now we can invest a little extra money as time goes on and fucking just keep the actual content of flowing and flowing and flowing. Now, again, like I said, there's a positive to that from a developer standpoint, but to us is a negative aspect, right? Now, you can have a double negative, which, for example, like the way Anthem fucking launched. That's a double negative, where the content is not really there. The idea is fucking incredible. The combat's fucking good, but the lack of content severely hurt that game a lot at launch, and plus all the fuckery that went on for the fact that game wasn't even in the oven for less than a fucking year. You know what I mean? The original not the original concept that they wanted to do, but you get the idea. That's a double negative for both, because it sucks for the consumers because we have to wait now for this overhaul. You know what I mean? At the same time, all the negative impact that BioWare received from that game, and of course, typical more bullshit towards EA, so it's a double negative. So you really depends on how you look at it. Like I said, I'm not a fan of games in the service, man. I think a lot of them can definitely be done a lot better.
Yeah.
But if I'm looking at it from that perspective, right, to like try to see if they can pull in enough people, you know what I mean? And once they lock onto those people and people are like, okay, you know what? I want more content. I want more maps. I want more characters. I want some more modes, whatever the case may be. Then the dev's going to actually find, put a little small team on, maybe like 5 or 6, 8 people, whatever. You know what I mean? That can dedicate themselves to like server maintenance, fucking fixing problems, working out bug issues, working on content, that kind of stuff, and slowly add into the game free of charge. You know what I mean? And that will keep that fan base involved with that game for a long time. Think of it like the way MMOs do it, but at a more steadier pace instead of waiting like 1 year, then an expansion comes out, and like a year later another expansion comes out. You see what I'm saying? That kind of shit.
Yeah, of course. I agree, man. Like, again, like, game services, like, they're becoming an increasing thing, which, I don't mind companies going through this route. If you, again, and that's, again, like, if the model is good for it, they're obviously...
they have to find that medium ground, though. They have to find that medium ground so that players are like, okay, you know what, cool, there's enough content here to satisfy my needs for, like, a $30 investment. But at the same time, I was like, okay, cool, I can move on to something else for a while, then say within a year, I can come back and there'll be loads more content for me to be there. I can get back into the game, the community's still popping, that kind of shit, right? So, I mean, Sea of Thieves did that shit, and that game had a terrible fucking launch as far as I'm concerned, with barely any content, and yet there's still tons of people still playing that game to this day. You know what I mean? So, like, it's ridiculous, man. But I know that services like Game Pass is the main factor for that. I get that part. But I mean, like, I'd rather see Bleeding Edge fucking still have a fucking community behind it within a service like Game Pass than a game like that fucking coming out retail-wise. It was never on a rental service or anything like that, and people who were forced to buy it instead of actually, like, trying it out through a service and then buying it afterwards or whatever the fuck you want to do it, and that game would have been literally dead, like, within 2 days of playing it. Guaranteed nobody would have bought it, nobody would have given a shit. That kind of stuff, man. And there goes that development team and fucking all, like, their... fucking hard work, or people use a joke as passion project, which I still find rather interesting because any game is a passion project.
I don't mind if passion projects are a thing in gaming, like the industry, because a lot of studios like to do that shit. But if a passion project is not going to work, do not do it. You don't do
That's what
it.
I'm saying. Like every game, when you get the developer on board that wants to make these games,
No, it's like
that
Death
is
Stranding.
considered the
Death
same
Stranding is a
category as a passion
project.
project. Yeah, it's
But it
considered a
necessarily
passion
work
project.
out. You know, I'll say it right. Oh shit! Fuck! God damn it! Oh, God's sake, man!
It's like
Yeah.
people ignore
Fucking hell,
like
game.
when a project is like being developed, whatever you want to call it, it's up to the goddamn developers on how their game looks, what engine they use, whether it be a pre-made engine like Unreal or something like that, or a custom-made engine that they decide to make themselves, like what fucking Ninja Theory did by modifying the Unreal engine to do more shit that it should be doing. You know what I mean? That kind of stuff like that. And I think, to me personally, a lot of people don't respect that enough. You know what I mean? Because like we as consumers, like we can literally sit there and say like this game's shit, this game looks like garbage, this game looks like whatever. But at the same time, they never look at it from a developer aspect of saying, okay, what was their budget? What was their limit? Fucking what engine were they using? Like, did they really want to go this direction with this game? Blah, 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 blah. You know, that kind of shit. Like, I think a lot of people don't respect that notion when it comes to game creation, because that plays a big factor into why a lot of the games look the way that they do, because developers either they don't have the funds to like afford to build a game that looks like Last of Us or a game that looks like Battlefield 1 or whatever, right? Because they don't have the money for it. You know what I mean? So they have to go with something that's in their budget range and have it look a way that's not going to cost them a fucking arm and a leg, especially if they're a small studio. You know what I'm saying? Or unless they get backing from somebody else, whether it be Kickstarter or a fucking publisher comes on board and throws them extra money, then they can improve on that. Look at Wasteland 3, for example, and I always bring this up as a prime example because go look at that game when it first was revealed and it was doing the Kickstarter shit, or not Kickstarter, but it did that thing that Obsidian and a few other developers fucking started there, whatever you want to call it. There were like it was like a custom made fucking funding program thing. I forget what it was called. That's with an F. But anyways, if you go and you look at how Wasteland looked a year ago compared to how it looks today, it's night and fucking day. Night and fucking day. And thankfully, when Microsoft bought fucking In Exile out, they gave them more funding. They fucking put them in a better fucking place studio wise. They gave them extra money to improve the game because they wanted the game to look and play better. So that's exactly what they did. They went out and they hired a whole bunch of more people for their staff to increase their team size so that they could make a game that is truly worth fucking playing. Yet you look at Wasteland 2 and then you look at Wasteland 3, night and fucking day difference, dude. Vastly superior in every way. And that to me shows that Microsoft actually does give a shit about these devs. Yes, these projects that they have released over the last couple of years, Bleeding Edge, Crackdown 3, whatever you want to call it, yeah, they're all 69s. Ha ha ha. Let's all laugh about that, right? Fine, whatever. You know what I mean? But at least it's something to put out there and say, hey, you know what, man? Fucking instead of giving you guys absolutely nothing for another fucking year, to keep that stupid meme goes, it's damn if you do, if you damn if you don't. You know what I'm saying? But I think when these developers actually are given the proper time with a bigger size team to work on bigger projects, I think a lot of people are going to fucking be shutting up real soon, man. Real fucking soon. I truly, honestly believe that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna say it as well. Like, it is that point for me as money doesn't solve. I mean, I understand that Microsoft giving them money to that, but money, is that sense of money doesn't solve fucking everything. So
yeah.
it's they get the funding right. They've got to back that shit up with that money. I'll use this as an example, right? Star Citizen, they are basically getting funded by a lot of fucking fans, and the funding that they've got for that game is getting to the extent where it's exceeded the budget of Avengers Endgame, which is fucking phenomenal, but it's also reaching the budget of fucking GTA 5.
Oh no, it's past that.
And that game isn't even out yet. Like, again, this is
it's not out yet, but it's vastly been improved fucking over the last, I want to say last 2 years. Like, that game literally saw, Star Citizen, it's received massive boost in the last 2 years compared to what it was going before.
The thing is that, again, like, the thing that doesn't help them, right, is sense of they're allowing, obviously, people are obviously, funding it, which is up to them to do this.
I'm not. I don't have a PC to run it,
also, it's an extent where there are also multiple, there have been multiple Fucking goddamn it! Alright, fuck this. I'm not playing this anymore. Fucking goddamn it, bro. I can't play it. I can't play
What are
it
you
for
playing?
What are you playing?
Oh my god.
COD? Are you falling off the ladder? With the helicopter?
Yo, also, I just want to say for the record, speaking of
You
COD, I
jumping-
know why
I don't
fucking
know.
Modern Warfare 2 was a stealth release like that. I know why Modern Warfare 2 was a stealth
Adam,
release,
are
man.
you
Because
jumping
since
the
that
ladder?
game had no
No,
multiplayer, that's the reason why I had a stealth release.
I'm trying to. I've got to complete this whole campaign without dying or reload a checkpoint for every mission. I'm dying because I'm talking and I'm fucking not concentrating on fucking idiots can't be at me
Yeah,
smacking.
you gotta do that on your own, dude.
It's annoying, bro, and it's 4:30 in the morning over here, which I shouldn't be fucking up.
But it's funny because I've seen a lot of people complain. It's like, yo, why would Modern Warfare fucking not be more out in the press like that, man? It's 'cause, dude, there's no multiplayer attached to it.
Yeah,
That's
I'm playing right now. I'm playing Modern Warfare 2 campaign, and there's a trophy.
I know that. I know about like the remaster that came out. Yeah, and people are like, why did it have a stealth release? How come nobody knew about this, man? It's because there's no multiplayer attached to it, which is the main thing that most fucking people that play COD want.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If the multiplayer was there, trust me, you would clearly know when it's coming out and shit, dude. That shit would have got massive exposure, dude, but it didn't. Besides, $20 fucking. So they're not even gonna bother marketing that crap, dude. And why even add the multiplayer where they can just update Modern Warfare, add all the Modern Warfare 2 maps to it, the guns to it, whatever you want to call it, to keep the longevity and microtransactions going for that game. Fucking activate a bunch of scumbags.
Man, it is what it is, bro. I mean, and it's also a sense of like, you know, I mean, I can deal with fucking people like this. I just want to play fucking video games, man. Like, and it's been a consistent.
You and me both, man. You and me both. Have you seen the shit that I downloaded last night there at fucking Adam?
Huh?
That totally totally reliable delivery service game that dropped there fucking yesterday. Well, technically today, but I was able to download on Game Pass yesterday. That game is ugly as shit, but the game is funny as fuck though, man. Because it's all ragdoll physics, and it's all physics based on top of that. Think of it like Human Fall Flat or Gang Beast. Very similar to that in that nature. Very similar to that in that nature, except it takes place in a very small open world game, very, very small open world map, but it has you like delivering packages to certain things, but it all depends on how you get there. But at the same time, every fucking thing is fucking ragdoll physics, man.
Yeah, I'm just trying to fucking play video games, man. Like, you know, and like I'm just getting this. I don't know how people can do this. How people do it on Twitter, man. Where they're on Twitter, fucking talking to people, bro, and you're telling me that you play games as well. Like, I'm sorry, I can bullshit on that because
I'm with you, dude.
I have difficulty playing games when like I'm in the Sunday show and I'm talking. Like, I just can't.
You're not
supposed
to, Adam.
Concentrate on fucking both things.
Yeah,
man.
you're not even supposed to yourself there, fucking J-Tech. What the fuck you talking about?
Play games? I just don't play games.
You do play games.
What?
You do.
Huh?
I said, yeah, you do play games.
We don't know that.
But you're always reaching out for your fucking people to help you.
Nobody knows. Nobody knows that I play games. Nobody knows that.
Not that there's anything wrong with that, but still. But the point is, man, but that's the thing, though, man. It's like social media is a very easy fucking lifestyle to fucking yourself in, and a lot of us are guilty of that, including their J-Tech. And that's the thing. Like when we see people post stupid shit, it's in our nature that we want to correct them. You know what I mean? But like we're forcing ourselves to try not to be involved with this constant war. I just do it because it gives me a fucking laugh. And at the end of the day, I don't give a fuck what people think about whatever game that I'm fucking playing. Man, I've been hearing that shit my whole life. It doesn't bother me any. But when you got people that sit up there and think that you're being fucking serious about what you're saying, that cracks me up more than anything.
Yeah, bro.
That cracks me up more than anything because they can't see from a writing standpoint of your sarcasm. They can't see you fucking sarcastic. They can't see if you're joking around or if you're being serious. You know what I mean? It's like, it's funny to me because, like, fucking, I had people tell me, it's like, oh, well, you know, like, oh, look at this bot, man. He has, like, a fucking Bleeding Edge avatar and a Bleeding Edge fucking header on his fucking Twitter page. And I'm like, motherfucker, dude, I do that with every game that I like. And I gave a list of every game that I've done it with, man. Did I get a response back from any of those people that ever, that started that whole entire conversation with me? Not a single fucking one. Not a single fucking one. It's like, dude, I don't give a fuck what platform the game is on. If it's a game that I truly fucking love, I'm going to pimp out my fucking profile, man, so that people can see my expression of love for that said game. You know what I'm saying? Like, people are fucking stupid as fuck, bro.
Why do you care what other people think?
I don't care about what other people think.
Well, then...
Now, when I'm looking at it from a joking standpoint, though, uncompetitive, man, I have myself fucking a lot of fun with that shit. Because you got to remember, uncompetitive, right? And you've heard me say this a billion times. Look at how much fucking people fucking sit there and make fun of every game that I play on a day-to-day basis, right? When I'm doing that back to people, I'm doing that back to people the same way as they do it to me. But see, but the problem is, though, is that it's more believable coming out of my mouth, man, because they already know the games that I already play are games that they consider to be trash. So when I'm sitting there dogging on, say, Horizon Zero Dawn, which I do a lot because a lot of people get very, very offended by that game, which I think is fucking hilarious.
Yes.
You know, a lot of people get really fucking pissed when I make fun of that game. But I do it, though, because I know there's a big fan base there for it. And people fucking actually believe me every fucking time.
Oh, but
every time.
That,
you know,
I'm serious.
Huh?
When I do that, I'm serious. I hate it.
Not me, dude. Although the only thing I have said that I have been serious about when it comes to Horizon is that the game's not a masterpiece. It's too flawed to be a masterpiece.
The thing is, if I just speak on it a moment, I got bored in the opening.
And believe me, you're not the only person I've heard that actually said that too as well. Compared to
the game having me like on rails almost, and like, no, you got to do this next. You got this big open world, but do this first. This is your next immediate next quest. I was just like, oh, fuck off. This isn't why I played games.
Yeah.
Now, there's someone else who's got a different temperament. Will do the next goal and the next one after that, and level up and all of that, you know. But I want to have a bit of freedom and escapism.
Exactly, yeah. And sadly, a lot of PlayStation games don't deliver that front, to be honest. But, I mean, shit. But again, when you talk about a game that gets such praise, right, by so many people...
It's badly made. Or it's like...
No. These games are definitely not badly made by any means, but I think a lot of them are definitely overrated.
Personality-wise.
It's the first time I'm doing that sort of game as well, by the way, the whole...
What game are you guys talking about?
Talking about Horizon Zero Dawn, it's the first time making a world game.
They've been doing nothing but first-person shooters so far that I know.
It was flawed.
That's what I'm saying. And like I said, like Horizon Zero Dawn is not a bad game. Fucking far from it, but it's not a masterpiece.
Yeah, you don't
it's
want
not a masterpiece yet. No. Yet. And I really can't wait to see fucking where that series goes, man. That's one series that I'm definitely looking forward to seeing more of. Killzone, not my cup of tea.
Another thing about it bothered me was that the creatures. I thought the whole concept.
The robots.
So you got this mechanical cow, but you can't milk it. I'm like,
really? It's a fucking robot.
What you're saying is...
What's the point? Why are these things? I mean, did they evolve? Who invents them? Who maintains them?
No, because they're sculpted in resemblance of animals in the real world that was once there. I don't know.
Because again, it's Zero Dawn is basically the sense of extinction. It's basically a blank slate. Like they are trying to. They're trying to do a blank slate, repopulate Earth, but then also because obviously all the animals will have died, right? They're basically using these cybernetic animals, right, recreation of these animals to basically re-inhabit Earth to then
and it backfired on them. And it backfired on them.
Things like again,
do these cybernetic breed?
It's weird.
No.
I mean, how do they make more? How do they run amok? I mean, do they have a factory?
Well, yeah.
Wait up.
Yeah.
Have you not played?
That's the reason
Horizon
why.
Zero
That's the
Dawn?
reason why the extinction happened.
Wait up. Who's this? Who's talking? Is that uncompetitive?
Uncompetitive, yeah.
That's
Competitive.
competitive,
So
Jake.
you-
Go
you've
easy
never
on my
played
boy.
Horizon
Go easy
Zero
on
Dawn?
dude.
Played
No,
it.
he
I
has.
played it for about 15 minutes and gave up.
Okay, well, if you would have not gave up, they explained this. Like, I understand that
Uh-huh.
you don't know, but you don't know because you gave up. They did explain everything in the game. In
Okay.
great
They
detail,
did.
by the way. Like, very great detail. If you would have gave it a little bit more chance, you would have learned something. Trust me. It was pretty elaborate.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. But hey,
Yeah.
every game's not for everybody, but they did explain it. So I understand you don't know because you didn't beat the game or you didn't complete the game. But you can't sit up there and say that they're not explaining it. Now, if you want to watch a cutscene, they have cutscenes on YouTube, and it pretty much can tell you everything. Or somebody has the lore of the game, and you can read it off. But yeah, they definitely explain themselves.
You know, if there's an explanation, there's an explanation. I don't need to know the explanation. I'm not motivated to play it to find out the mystery for myself because I hated the opening. I was bored. So if you're telling me, 20 hours into the game you find out something that's really incredible and makes it all worth it, I'm sorry, you lost me at the first 15 minutes. It's the same as watching a movie and it has a really shitty opening. You switch off and you watch something else. It could be it gets better. But you don't know.
But a lot of classic films, though, man, have been coming and going for centuries now. Fucking also have the exact same issue too, as well.
Oh, that sounds like me when I was watching fucking Avengers Endgame.
I'm not apologies for people who can't capture my attention at the outset.
No, you shouldn't have to buy it. It's just your opinion, man. If you don't like the game, you don't like it. That's fine. Like I said, I enjoyed it for what it was, but it's not a masterpiece, though. It's
Now those people who like it, I don't say to them, "Oh, you have terrible taste," because I hated it. You know, I mean, if they like that
see, right there on competitive, you said something to me that I've been trying to get out of fucking Sony fans now for a minute. Every single fucking time, right? Like right now, to me, as far as I'm concerned, Sony only has released fucking 3 great fucking games that I like the most out of every game that they released this generation. Bloodborne, God of War, and Last of Us. Well, Last of Us technically last gen, but I played it with the remaster, so I'm counting that. Those 3 games alone, those games are considered to be masterpieces, right? But everything else, like Uncharted 4, I mean, it was okay. I liked it for what it was. Lost Legacy is a hell of a lot better. So technically 4 if you want to count Lost Legacy, but I'm not counting that, though, because that's a DLC. Expansion, whatever the fuck you want to call it, not a full-fledged game. Point is that a lot of the thing is when it comes to Sony fans, right? And no, I'm not saying you, JTech, because I know that you know I like this, but a lot of Sony fans, because they love that fucking term exclusive, and they use the Metacritic score to fucking use that as their scapegoat, fucking making them sit there and say that every game that Sony's released this generation is a masterpiece, which they are 100% wrong on.
I'm just going to ask you about that.
But it's their opinion, though.
Do you think that Sony fans only do that because they know that's the thing that can trigger Xbox fans?
No, that is one of the main factors. Yes, that is one of the very.
I look at that as the same. I look at that the same way I looked at when PS4 first came out. Right, you had PlayStation fans in some premise, like saying 720p, we got 1080p, and that shit lasted roughly around 5 months, 6 months before it just disintegrated. And it was a sense of they then started talking about the things that actually mattered, which was, the games that they were getting. At that point, you had Bloodborne, you had Order at that point, you had, obviously, Uncharted being a factor and some others here and there. But, for me, man, it's like... I'm one of those people I definitely feels that case of they only do it because it's an easy some Xbox fans are very easy targets in being that way, like, oh fuck off, X, Y, and Z, and it's just like you're kind of walking into like what I'm dishing out. So it's like I'm like, who are you gonna blame, me or you? It's like, well, I can't really blame you. Because you're fucking easy. It's just an easy taunt in a sense, man. It's like, yeah, it is. It's a very easy taunt. But fucking, yeah.
Adam, one of the biggest things you got to remember, right? When you break it down and you analyze everything that the people are saying from the Sony side towards Xbox, it's the exact same thing that happened last generation, but in reverse roles. Remember when Final Fantasy 13 originally got announced? Everybody thought it was a PS3 exclusive, right? There was no Xbox version announced at the time. None of that shit. I forget what year it was that when Microsoft came out and actually revealed that Final Fantasy 13 was coming to Xbox 360. Sony fans lost their fucking shit. That shit was funny.
What? Oh yeah,
I lost
wait.
my shit, bro. I was one of the people. What was always funny about that is they know they regretted it because they tried to integrate the Xbox community into the Final Fantasy universe with the 13th.
And the game sold fucking extremely well on Xbox, though.
Hold on.
That's the problem.
13th game. Now,
yes,
on the third console, they gave them the rest of every other game, and of course, they're not, connected. But you gave them every other game. We don't know if the games will ever sell good, right? After 13, I think that was the last or the only one that sold good on Xbox, and that was obviously because there was a year head start, a price difference, an establishment difference, where the online and all the features that you guys wanted was already there. PlayStation was struggling to catch up in many departments, in many sections, and it gave you guys a big boost. So you had a big install base also. So yeah, it was a no-brainer that Japanese RPG for the first time ever coming to your platform is going to sell well. But I wouldn't get too happy to brag about that, saying that people really cared about the game. Because there were other games that came over, like Final Fantasy.
But that's not what I'm saying, though.
Yeah,
but that's
I know,
not what I'm saying,
but you gotta make sure that's 100% clear. If you gotta talk to anybody about what happened last gen, I was right there. Also, you should talk about they had to admit that they cut content because of the DVD 9 disc wasn't big enough, so they had to cut out towns that they had planned for the game. And when they let the fans know that,
the Xbox version was on
PlayStation
two
fans
discs.
were pretty pissed off. And they didn't buy the game because they found out how different it was. There was so many reasons why I didn't touch that fucking game. And there was a lot of people that said that was not the best Final Fantasy game ever made, and it was nowhere close to
Which
it.
Final Fantasy game was this?
Final Fantasy 13.
I remember.
It's not a game that goes down in the history books. And to
I
be honest,
I remember the Final Fantasy game.
Did that game get remastered this gen compared to all the other ones that they've been throwing out?
Yeah, it's on the list of games going on Game Pass.
It's backwards compatible, but is it remastered?
No, X and 10 got remastered. That's it.
Yeah, X and 10 is good. Let me see. What's the other one good? They got some good Final Fantasy, of course. 7, 8.
When it comes to Final Fantasy, I remember the year. I don't know which one it was. The recentest one that was on stage, the Xbox stage. I remember it was the most cringiest fucking thing to see because it was on it was on Xbox's stage at first, but it's also the sense it was showing gameplay, and it was so fucking long. And it was like, what the fuck am I watching? Which one? What's the recentest one?
The recent one was 15, but I think what you're talking about is 13.
No, I'm talking about 15. The one with the fucking Colossus fucking fight that they showed.
Oh, that was an actual event that was dedicated to the entire game of Final Fantasy 15.
You know what I'm talking about, though, right? That whole thing,
yeah,
that whole section, they brought them out like, oh, it's coming to Xbox, and they're like, oh my god, Final Fantasy's on Xbox stage, and they showed like 15 minutes of gameplay, and everyone was like, what the fuck? I didn't need that much. Like, why?
Well, they felt that the Xbox community needed more to understand. Again, you're trying to introduce the new generation.
You're showing gameplay to a fucking Final Fantasy game, like.
Hey,
that's
bro,
the
that's what they
thing
thought
to
they
do.
needed to do.
when it comes to Final Fantasy games, that's the worst fucking thing to do is show gameplay of that game.
That's illegal, but they do it anyway.
Like, did you see that with Final Fantasy VII Remake when they showed it in 2015? Or needless to say, the gameplay trailers that they showed at PSX? Like, no, they literally just showed you little snippets of the game. Like, Final Fantasy is one of those games that you do not show gameplay of. You don't. You show a trailer with little snippets here and there. That's it. You do not show gameplay. Because if you show gameplay, it's just like you're wasting time. Like, non-existent, bro. Like, no. Sorry, no offense, but like, yeah, it's like fuck that. No. It's one of those games where you just do not show gameplay. I remember that night because I was one of these people like, what the fuck are they doing? Like, you're wasting time on a game.
What's going on, Raph? I'm sorry I'm reading your comment late, man. We're here.
Bad, man. I'm gonna play this.
We're actually about to leave. I'm in this first. Am I in the first dungeon? No, I'm in the side mission. Okay, I'm in the sub mission for Neo. But I'm about to cut the stream off, and I'm gonna watch some anime, and then go take my ass to bed and get ready for work tomorrow. It seems like time is going much, much faster now that the universe knows I have to go back to work. But that's how that shit works, I guess.
Coronavirus. Need that time.
Time is going fast as fuck for me. Gooby Duke. I hope everybody has a good night. Stay safe, stay clean, as you guys know. Subscribe button is right there. If you want to click that, you can click that. Once you click it, if you do, make sure you click the bell so you can be notified when we go live. Sometimes notifications will be posted on Twitter if we're about to go live. It will also be posted in the community section on my YouTube channel, with other posts that might be posted through the day. Might be some gaming news. It might be something else gaming related. But yeah. Thank you guys for everybody here. Asa Gaming, Raph, Dom, Inky the Troll, fucking bastard, fucking left and shit. Dez, he came in first. Who else? Cornflakes. Let me see. Can't believe somebody's name's Cornflakes. Raven96. Vegan VR King. I saw him a couple times now. Thank you for all the support. Jamar Bates is always in here. I didn't see Frostbite, but I did see Andrew Wilkins. So shout out to Andrew Wilkins. I saw you was over at the what was it? Hard Eights podcast when we were streaming over there a lot. So thank you guys for stopping by. Just having some good discussions about gaming exclusives. All types. Shit. It could be for fucking 15 days. It could be for 15 minutes. That's just how exclusives work in all aspects of life. You're going to have games or something that somebody else doesn't have in order to make you want that product. That's just how shit works. Hey. Okay, guys. I will probably not see you guys tomorrow. So, as far as the streaming every day, this is probably be the last day that I'll be streaming every day. But I'll be, of course, the PlayStation Legion Gaming Podcast is on Saturdays, and the PlayStation Legion Sunday Show is on Sundays. That's Sundays at 2 p.m. East Coast time, and the Gaming Podcast is Saturdays at 1 p.m. East Coast time. So I'll see you guys later. As we all know, Adam, he sucks ass, and he's probably never gonna stop sucking ass. See you guys later.